Wrong one. Way to start it strong. Also, man, is Discord going to do this whole time today? It's going to drive me nuts if it is. All right, what's up, everyone? We're live. Rough
What up,
start
y'all?
as always.
Yo,
Zach, welcome, man.
thanks. Nice to be here.
Back
We
to our
got a
normal streaming schedule.
we got a new build today. Well, I have a new build today. You guys don't. That Zach made. Is that not saving? That didn't save, or maybe I didn't change it. Got a few changes now. I mean, if you're on TikTok and vertical, you can't see this unless you turn your phone sideways. But now you can have imperial units instead of.
Is that the blue app we're talking
Metric?
about?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know what is it. Pink?
The pink
Technically,
app?
I think it's pink. But we've also got a new camera setting, and we're going to talk about these. I'm going to give Zach a bunch of feedback on the stream, so you guys can hang out, give us your feedback as well. But I'm going to cruise for a little bit while we just get this thing cranking.
What's up, Squatch? What's up, Aaron and Jax? Good to see you guys on the YouTube side of things. Oops, the blue app side, whatever. We'll never be any good
Red,
at this
dude, it's Red app.
non-Michelin platforms. Red app, all right, the red app. Good to see you guys on the red app, as always.
Cranked will be peak on release. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Oh, I hear everything in double. Do you get that too?
I do not.
Are you,
No.
do you have the stream? You're going to want to mute my,
Yeah.
like if you're watching me in Discord, you want to mute the actual Discord stream and just listen to the audio coming through from me.
I think that's what it is. Just a second.
It looks like the rider is sitting all the time. Huh. I wonder why. It's because he's like this. So yeah, you're not wrong. He's just kind of in a weird, awkward position. But we'll fix that. We're working on a new rider right now. And once that's in, then we can like make it look better. That's why it looks so stiff and janky, because we haven't done any animations yet. We just got third person in recently, so still a work in progress. How do you play this? You can play it if you join our Patreon. It's $5 a month. You cancel any time, but if you join for $5, you'll get the latest development build and any other builds that we release the month that you're subscribed. If you end up spending 50 or more on Patreon, you'll get a free Steam key. But I want to dive into some of the new stuff. There's a tad bit of echo. Are you recording audio from both your mic and your computer? No, I'm not. I don't know why there'd be an echo. I don't know. I have no idea why there's an echo. Looking into it. You guys can talk and entertain them while I figure this out.
Cool. Once again, I will say what I always say: we need to produce. It's too much for Joe to have to produce all this stuff too, on top of all the other stuff he's doing. I mean, I'm just dreaming, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. But I think that's what we need ultimately. Maybe one day we will have somebody help us with this stuff. That would be great. Zach, what have you been up to lately, man? What have you been working on this week?
Oh man, it was a lot of small stuff. But it's gonna be nice to see Joe going through all the little changes I made. It was a lot of work on the third person camera. I know the patrons already have access, right, to the third person camera, but it was just I put it there, but without a lot of thought put into it. This week I have made it much better, in my opinion. Like it adapts to where you're going. It tries to look a bit more down when you're in a jump. All those kind of little details, but they are so important. Like it's quite hard with the third person camera because you want to look at your player, but also where you're going. In a way, it's even more challenging than the first person. It's different challenges. So yeah, added the Imperial units too. You can see it, right? You have a toggle in them. in the options, so you can.
All right, cool.
Yeah, have miles per hour instead of kilometers per hour.
I think I fixed the echo.
Hey Joe, thanks for the rose on the one app. Appreciate it, man, very much. On the rose on the app that does roses. Thank you for that, Joe.
Also, if you guys hear, I added sound effects for if you share the stream now, it'll say bikes. And if you give us any like roses or anything, and then you hear some other sound that I just forget what it was. But so
nice.
Now we've got
hey, Gage,
an audio
thanks for
cue.
the help there, buddy.
If those things happen. There you go. See, that means someone just shared the stream.
Nice, thank you. Thanks for the share, Pulp. Much appreciated.
All right, let's dive into these new changes. Talk about them.
Let's go.
Let me pull up my other chat so I can see what you guys are saying over on the Red app. But all right, so lock to bike is a new setting, but it's not quite working how I wanted it to work. So I want to talk to you about that, Zach. In this setting, like when it's fully locked, feels kind of bad. Like, I think because the camera's not moving, now it makes the bike feel really stiff, which is what made me realize the suspension's probably not doing enough. And I can show it to you better if we go down here. And I thought I was seeing this before, but it was hard for me to get a good view of it, so I didn't say anything. But now that I get a good view of it, I think I'm right. But the suspension, I think, is, how do I explain this? Right there. So like watch when I'm going to try to compress and then it rebounds. It seems like it, instead of the bike raising back up, the fork is just extending out like into the ground almost. See? Like it's...
You can't see the bars moving at all, right? Is that what you're getting at?
No, the suspension, the fork is moving out away from me instead of the bike moving up away from the wheel. Like if the wheel's on the ground, the wheel's not moving. The wheel's static. The rest of the bike is compressing into the suspension and back out. But that's not what's happening in the game. What's happening in the game is the bike is staying still and the suspension is moving. It's like the opposite of what happens in real life. Are you guys understanding this or no?
So the ground is not moving away from you. Is that what you're getting at?
Yes.
It is.
What's up, Joe Clinton? Welcome.
I don't know. Is it? Because it...
Yes, I know it is. But we can look at it from another perspective and you will see. I think the thing is that the camera is locked to the bike, which is weird. You see?
Yeah, but I mean, that's my... I think that like confirms my point that if the camera was locked to the bike, if you were to do this on the ground on a bike, tires are on the ground and you just squish the bike and let the bike pop back up, the bike is what's moving. The tires aren't moving. The bike is moving and compressing within the suspension. So in this, if the camera's locked to the bike right now, when that suspension is rebounding back up, you should see the camera moving back up because the bike is moving back up. But instead, the suspension's just moving away from the bike.
Yeah, I mean, we should really look at that from the outside perspective. I think this perspective really messes up with. But
well, I mean,
we should have another way to look. Maybe another camera setting, something that we can really look at the bike from the outside while we're doing that.
Yeah, but the point I'm getting at is like, oh come on, whole setup. I took apart my whole computer for Rad Dog, and now my setup's all jacked up. Anyway,
But it was fun.
Let's see if I can make this happen. This is a good example of like bikes on the ground, you're squishing up and down. That's how I want it to feel in the game right now. It's like if I'm just riding along slowly, squishing the right trigger up and down, I want to do what you see in that video right there. you know, but it like this is me squishing the trigger down or the right stick like it. So I think we need to make the suspension more squishy. If you know what I mean.
For what it's worth, there are quite a few people on both platforms right now who I'm guessing are mountain bikers who agree with what Joe's saying. So I'm going to take some screenshots of these comments just so you can kind of see them if there's anything in what this crew is saying that is helpful as you think this through, Zach.
What was the other things I wanted to talk about? Yeah, I don't get like Zach. We need to get you on a mountain bike one day too, because like just like cruising on a mountain bike and like bouncing up and down is actually kind of super fun. It's stupid, but it's fun, and I want that feeling in the game. Like I want to be able to just kind of mess around, bouncing around, squishing around, and then you start riding and get playful and get wild. But now that we can lock the camera to the bike, I realize just how stiff everything is and how it doesn't really feel like it takes a significant amount of force to kind of get it to do something, but then it still doesn't feel like the bike is moving down into the suspension. It feels like the suspension is moving up into the bike, like in a different way.
Yeah. Oh, but I see what you mean. But I can tell you for a fact the wheel never moves up like when you jump like that. Like the wheel always sticks to the ground. If that's what you mean. So we should definitely get to more of a squishy sensation. I understand what you want, I think, and we can achieve that. So
cool.
I feel that that's possible.
The other thing with the lock to bike is like I feel like the zero setting feels like what we had before. Is that what it is or no?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's the issue I have is that to me, we needed to go the other way. Like, and I was actually going to fire up MX bikes and just show you, but I don't know how easy I could do that on the stream. Let me show you an example. Like the reason I wanted the unlocked bike is so that I could do this and the camera stays facing the direction of travel. But right now the camera never stays facing the direction of travel. Like it's always moving as you're moving. And in MX bikes, if you uncheck lock to bike and you throw a whip, the camera still looks forward, doesn't move at all. And you see the bike moving underneath you. So that's kind of where 0 should be. Maybe 1 should, or 0.5 should be like the default, like where it is now. And then the max 1.0 is like how you have it already. So basically like the bottom here should be 0.5 and then, you know, there should be a way to make it so the camera doesn't move at all with the bike and it keeps facing the direction of travel.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because then you can throw whips and it looks like you're actually throwing a whip. Because in real life, if you throw a whip, your head and your upper body isn't moving together with the bike. Like you're not looking the direction of the whip. You kind of keep looking forward. Sometimes you even look the opposite way and like look at your back tire as you whip the bike out. So that setting was mostly to try to make whips feel more natural and like stylish. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, sure. Then I thought the lock to bike would really like lock you to the frame of the bike, the camera. But what you want is that when the lock to bike is set to 1, if you go in the air and starts doing a whip, you still look forward. Is that the idea?
Nah, if it's set to 0, you would still look forward. If it's set to 1, the camera would look the direction the bike is facing.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Okay. That's good for me.
Yeah. Nice, dude. Thanks for sharing the stream, everybody.
Cool.
Yeah, now I can see how fast I'm going in miles per hour, and I can get a better idea if it's accurate or not. I wonder if we need to like mess with that too. You know, the thing is like, do we put the speed at what we think the speed should be, or it's a whole nother conversation we could have. Guys, let me know if the bike audio. Ooh, is this new? Oh yeah, Cedric redid this spot. This used to be 2 berms, but now it's breaking bumps. Let me know if the game audio is too loud, you guys, and you can't hear our voices, and I can turn it down. But that's cool. Cedric redid that.
Ernest and Max, thank you guys so much for sharing the stream. Guys, if you share the stream today, you're going to get a fun noise. What's the noise again, Joe?
It says bikes. And if
Bikes.
anyone know what that soundbite is from, if you do, you win a prize of me saying you're smart.
Oh, it's a big one. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Ethan, you guys, for sharing.
So now
much
everyone's going to
appreciated.
share just to hear bikes.
Birdie says it's not too loud at all. What up, Bird? Error 404. It's good to see you over on that platform, contributing so much this time. I saw some of your feedback on the stuff Joe was talking about. We'll make sure that we take note of all that. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Goose, what's up, man?
Birdshaw, you should know where this bikes clip is from. Can you make the turning percentage base somehow for cleaner turning? That's only part of... Wait, can you make the turning percentage based somehow for cleaner turning? That's the only part of bike. So I do not understand what you're asking, but if you could explain. That part's new too. Let's go look at this. Okay. Oh, that's nice. So Cedric put a little... This is kind of cool. Little wooden gap here. I like that. Let's see what else Cedric has been working on. I wonder if he got any of the new... Oh, he did. Go ahead, Brian.
I was just going to say there's like a bunch of comments I haven't had a chance to get to yet. So maybe I should do a quick round about some of the common questions that we get.
Yep.
Just to kind of answer some things while you're flying around having some fun. I saw a comment from Josh on asking why you sit. It's because we're only on like, what is it at this point, Joe? Day 175 today, I think.
174, 175, something like that.
Yeah, so we're just getting started, man. This is a develop in public approach, and the graphics are almost all placeholder. Basically, the bike is the one thing we've worked on. That's the Frameworks bike, and that's what we've worked on. As we put more time and energy into graphics and animations and stuff, all that stuff's going to look better. So we just kind of do one thing at a time, and we're focusing on physics, trail building first. That's the reason why. Follow us on whatever platform you want, if you would like, and you will see the graphics developed. We move quite quickly on this team, actually. GXR, I'm getting a whole bunch of questions from you, free. I'll answer you right now. So, and anybody else who wants to know, no, there's not a free version right now. Right now, the way you can play Cranked is by supporting us on Patreon. If you go to the link in our bio or patreon.gg/cranked, you will find our game there. And as little as $5 a month gets you the current version of the game and every update that we make over the course of that month, and you get to keep them. And you get to support a self-funded indie dev effort who's trying to make something special. Would love to see you do that. We do plan on having a free demo, though, hopefully in the next few months. So, if it's not for you yet, consider following us and hanging tight, and then you'll know when there's a free demo and you can try it out for yourself. I'll say this. Anybody who... I've yet to find anybody who's really played this game who hasn't had a blast with it. Lots of people have opinions when they've only seen it on the screen because they're seeing a lot of placeholder stuff. But if you play it, most people, especially people who actually ride in real life, tend to love this game. So maybe, stick with us. See what we do down the line, if it works for you or not. Saban wants to know if there will be different bike models. Yeah, that's the plan. We started with Frameworks. We just think it's such a cool core brand. That bike is the most insanely awesome bike. And started with those guys, first bike in the game. We want to get other brands in the game as well. We made Mad Skills Motocross those games, and we did Suzuki's in one of those games, and lots of real world brands. So we do have a history of collaborating with action sports brands and plan on continuing that moving forward. There's a little bit of a run through. Joe, I'll pass it back to you guys, and I'll take a look through the comments and see if I missed anything big.
Yeah, so I'm still just testing camera settings over here, guys. Sorry if it's not the most exciting thing ever. Yeah, Birdshaw knows. He says that bikes things from Scared Straight. It is. It is from Scared Straight. There's a TV show called Scared Straight where they take little kids and bring them to show prison. And there's one of the episodes where one of the prisoners yells bikes. There's a whole backstory, but that's what that's from. Anyway, back to testing camera stuff. Zach, another thing I wanted to talk to you about was this situation. I think we should have a low there should be like a limit to how low you can go, right? Like obviously,
Yeah,
there's times when you
that's
just get too low.
ridiculous.
You know what I mean? So I think we need to fix that, especially because you can even have it. You know, you can have the seat like above, you know, higher than the default. And at times you can still get it. Like if you pull enough G forces, you'll still get it like right there, like where the camera goes super low. So I think the amount the camera moves maybe needs to be less. I know this does help it actually, I think. I think the tilt feature will be nice too, because I'm noticing in these turns, like I think if the camera was tilted up, it'd be easier to see ahead of you. It's crazy how
Can you repeat that?
yeah, because the tilt setting is the other one. Not the tilt, the pitch setting is one you haven't done yet, right?
Yeah, I
'Cause
was wondering about that actually. I tried starting to implement it, but I don't know how they do it in MX bikes. But since we go into such different elevations and that you can do backflip and stuff, like what does the pitch, like how would that work if you're like in a super steep slope? Like should you always look at the horizon?
Yeah, I think the pitch should just be changing the angle of the camera, like looking more down or more up.
Yeah,
'Cause, like, I
but
feel like
if
in
you put it to 0, what does it do then? It always look straight, horizon only all the time.
no, I don't think it shouldn't have to do with the horizon. It should just have to do with like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking like as I run through these trails right here that are tight and twisty, when I'm in the corners, I can't really see ahead because I feel like the camera's looking too far up and it needs to be tilted down. I don't know. Unless I just FOV it up. It's hard to find a good, I don't know. For me, it's hard to find a good default.
Hey, Ryan, we'll answer you in just a minute, man, for sure. In this live stream, Joe's taking some time to present some feedback on the new update to Zach for the first time. This is the first time Zach's heard any of this, kind of the way we work in public. So just give him a chance to kind of get out what he's explaining, and we'll answer. Ryan mentioned that he makes games. Super cool, man. It's a cool thing to do.
Nice. Yo, what up, Ryan? Yeah, I mean, I wasn't, yeah. I mean, we've also been DMing each other, so we're clearly not ignoring you.
No.
Yeah, I was chatting with him in DMs today and yesterday.
Jacob, you ask, where do you buy this? You can get it now if you support us on Patreon. If you go to patreon.gg/cranked, just search for us on Patreon or look at the link in our bios. You can get there quickly. And then, yeah, you'll get this. You'll get the latest update. This one's not out to players yet. It will be soon, maybe tomorrow. You guys trying to get this out tomorrow?
Probably not. I think we'll wait till more stuff is in.
But the current update that players have right now, I think, is the best we've done so far. It's super fun already. So yeah, if you go to the Patreon and you subscribe to us today, even if it's just the lowest subscription, you'll get the current game that's out and every update we do over the next month for as long as you're subscribed. So $5, the update that's available when you subscribe, and every other one for a month, and you get to keep them forever. And they're already crazy fun. I mean, there's 12 trails in this game, I think, at this point, or maybe a couple more than that. You could for sure grind on every trail hour after hour after hour. The skill depth is immense. Nobody has found how good you can be at this game yet. So super fun. It's definitely a good value if you want to support it. And if not, hang tight, follow us or whatever. We'll be releasing a free demo, hopefully sooner than later, and then you can just try it and see what you think. That'll be the best thing, when we can just say, hey, go play it, see what you think. Zane, thank you for the follow very much.
What did you do different with third-person camera, Zach?
So now the third-person camera has this more sensible angle, I would say, than before. And it's also trying to adapt to where you go. So it tries a better way to follow not only your velocity, but also where the bike is oriented. So while you're in the air, it only follows your velocity, of course, because it shouldn't spin if you start doing 360 or stuff like that. But if you're on ground, it tries to more look like where you're headed towards. Like if you do a turn, it tries to follow your turn. And in the air, it also starts looking down a little, so you can really see it if you jump. Like the camera starts to like take a bit of a distance from the rider and also look a bit down. And I found that helped me so much landing, doing better landings, doing better in jumps. Previously, I think the camera was behaving quite weirdly in third person when you were like in the air, and sometimes it was pretty hard to do landing. So those are the stuff that I changed with the third person camera.
Nice.
Nice. RM for life, my moto guy over here says, the only thing I don't like is the elbows are placed wrong. That's because the rider is complete placeholder slop. We've done the bike, we haven't done the rider yet. Maggie's working on the first rider. We're getting there. But yeah, what you see in the game right now, as far as the rider is concerned and as far as the environment is concerned, this is not anywhere close to final. And in the case of the rider, it's not even close to what we're going for. It's just some asset we found on the Unity store to use while we dial on the physics, which is the most important thing. So you are right. The elbows are very bad.
Seeing interesting questions from Adam and Durik. I think it's interesting, like MX Black camera does cornering well, and we were talking about that with Joe. I think they do it well because they're in a track setting, right, Joe? Am I saying just something stupid, right? But that's kind of where
MX Bikes is a circuit, right? It's a track you go around, and I think it's easier for them to probably estimate where turns are and all that kind of stuff, since you're just going around a circuit.
They know where you will be later. In our case, we could do some of that during a race, because we could always think like, oh, this is probably where the bike will want to be later. But in a free ride, it's much harder to predict where the bike will want to go. Well, I'm not saying it's impossible to do better cornerings. I'm saying it like MX Bikes has it easier. And Durik asked, like, will the effect that it looks down be adjustable? I think it would be nice, to provide some adjustment for the third-person camera too, right, Joe? I'm thinking maybe distance from bike, something like that. We don't want to go too crazy, but
yeah, I mean, there was a whole bunch of settings that we wanted to add for third-person that are similar to MX Bikes.
Exactly. So that's coming down the line, something to give you a bit more control. Will the graphics stay like this? No. That Brian can answer.
The graphics are not staying like this, guys. Only the bike is done. We're on day 175. I mean, 176 working days ago, this game didn't even exist. Didn't live. No. I mean, the thing about it is most of the time, almost every game anybody on here has ever played, you never would have even seen the game at this point in its development. Like, in most cases, you don't even know that it's happening. So that's the difference between what we're doing is we kind of from the very beginning are showing everything. And one of the side effects of that is that people see the jank early graphics and think, oh, that stuff needs to look better. You're right. But also, we move pretty nimbly, and we're making a lot of ground. So hang with us, man. Follow us and check it out. You'll see progress on a weekly basis, pretty much. I mean, ask the people who are following along. They know how committed we are to this, and it's going to look a lot better soon. Take a look at the Frameworks bike when you get a chance, if you want to see what we have in mind for the level of graphics we're going for. Thank you for the follow, MTB Harrison. Appreciate it. If y'all are watching on either of the platforms and you're not following us, please hit the button if you'd like. It helps us when we get more people to connect to us. So, and sharing is awesome as well. Thank you much.
Goose Rabbit, answer your question quickly. Does the camera follow the front wheel or what the rider is looking at? So in third person, the camera in the air looks behind your velocity. So think like if you got an arrow pointing at your velocity with the bike, like where you're going, the camera always tries to be behind that arrow, right? But while you're on ground, it tries basically to stay behind the bike. So that adapts pretty well to where you want to go, because if you're in a curve, you oriented your bike naturally, and the camera will try to stay behind that. So, and then it tries to look a bit in front. So there's two things interesting in a camera: where it is and what it looks at, like what's the angle, what it's pointed towards. So in this case, it's always pointed a bit in front of the bike itself. So really tries to look forward where you're gonna be.
Carmela, first of all, thanks for joining us. I don't remember seeing your name before, so it's good to have you here. Isn't this the Ace of Vermette bike? This is indeed the Ace of Vermette bike. We're super stoked to be working with Frameworks. This bike is so insanely cool, so core in the community, and we're really pumped that it's the first real bike that we've had in the game. Really the first real graphics we've had in the game. So there you go. Keep in mind the rider is placeholder. This is not the rider. It makes the bike, almost makes the bike not look as good as it should because the rider's so bad. But pay attention to the bike, not the rider, please.
And there's
Luzka, thank you so much for all that love. I see the things that you have sent. I don't even know what some of that stuff is. The Heart Me and others. Thank you very much.
some things are need to be fixed. Like, so you can see the brake calipers on wrong. There's no chain guide thing right here. I think one of the rotors is on backwards. Yeah, maybe this one's on backwards. This one's correct, I think. So there's a few things that need to be tweaked, but we'll tweak them. All right,
day
Zach.
72, trying to get the Sur-on added. We get it a lot. We'll see. We'll see one day. No plans for that quite yet. We're going to focus on pedal bikes now, but we'll see what happens as we go.
We changed how the restarts work, so I want to give Zach some feedback on that. Restart. I can't. So there's a bug.
There's some feedback for you, Zach.
That's one.
Like hitting B right here is doing nothing. I can exit the race.
Yeah.
I think when here you're spamming B and nothing's happening, you should get that thing that says like hold to exit race or something. Because the first time I did that, I was like, it's just spamming B, and I was like, why is nothing happening? And then I realized, oh, we talked about it and we said we were going to do hold. So
Could you play with your friends? Yeah. Multiplayer is super important. We have all kinds of ideas. We think really cool idea. It's basically one of the core pillars of the idea from the very beginning is that we have killer multiplayer. So absolutely, we will have multiplayer. I know Zach, if I'm not mistaken, Zach, you're pretty pumped about getting to work on multiplayer. Isn't that the case?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a big challenge, but I can't wait. Like, it's gonna bring so much life. You know, I've spent so like many hours on this project, like tweaking again. But there's a bit of loneliness in that. But imagine when I spend a lot of hours and then I try something, and then I see someone else in the project. So I see someone playing the game next to me, you know, like even if it's all virtual. I think for me that's so that brings so much life to a project doing multiplayer like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. What do you guys cool if I do a little rundown to catch up on a few comments here?
Yep.
Can we add Red Bull Rampage? We don't have plans for specific courses or specific trails or systems or anything like that at this point, just because we're so early in the development. But we want to do that kind of stuff. We made Mad Skills Motocross and BMX and Mad Skills Snowcross and all those mobile games too. And we did so many collabs with the real tracks, and those are all side-scrolling. You know, it's really cool, the idea of us to do tracks that are at least inspired by the real tracks. You know, our bike physics are going to be a little different than real bike physics, so we're not going to like make things that are exact replications of real things. Maybe we will, I don't know, but yeah, the idea of doing real trails and stuff, very much. Console questions, lots of console questions. Questions like, are we coming to the consoles? Yeah, that's the plan. We want to finish PC first. We're focusing on one thing at a time. We want to do that. PC first, but after that, the plan is consoles for sure. Asher says, can you add a motion blur toggle? Not sure how easy it is to do in Unity. What do you think about that one, Zach? Can you add a motion blur toggle? Or Joe?
Yeah, we need to get that going on pretty soon. Like, I remember we tried to just add it. Like, it's technical stuff, but we're using a version of Unity called URP. Right, they ship with two versions. Like, one is more like super HD, more targeting PS5 and stuff, and one is called URP. That's more like targeting, well, everyone else basically. And so far, the support for motion blur in that one was a bit janky, but I think they improved it. So hopefully it's just a matter of importing the right stuff and pushing it on. But if it's not, we'll definitely get motion blur going on. Right, Joe?
Yeah, so I was just sharing the roadmap. This roadmap's live if you guys join our Patreon or Discord. The links are in both of those. But you can come in here and look around and browse. This is all public info. The only thing you guys can't see on here is if we have internal conversations in the comments. You guys can't see that, but everything else you see. So you can see this is everything we wanted to get done for the alpha version. If it's small and you're over on the pink app, tilt your phone and you'll get a bigger view. Or put it into full screen mode, however you do that. But yeah, so this is kind of, we're mostly done with the downhill bike. Maggie's working on the rider. That's almost done. We just got third person camera in, but Zach's still tweaking it. Physics improvements are kind of always ongoing. We're going to probably revisit those once the rider model and third person's more polished. Cedric is continuing to work on the forest mountain and adding a bunch of trails. We've already added a bunch of settings. There's probably more that need to be added. That one just got done. Let's see what else. Camera settings here. Most of these are done. Pitch isn't done. And then I think this is where I had some comments where there's more settings here, Zach, for the third person stuff. And then improve restart logic. I think most of this is done. We decided to change that. So we'll just check that off because I think, well, that's really dumb how Codex does this. Click one thing and it automatically scrolls. That's dumb. Anyway, we changed how that works. So we'll skip all these.
Have you seen the little options I added for mostly for you, Joe? So you restart always at the start of the race.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Which I have checked on, I think. Did I? Or did I check it on in Unity and not in here? Restart a checkpoint. I want to turn that off. So now, guys, if you're a competitive racer and you don't want to restart a checkpoint, you just want to restart at the top, you can toggle that, and then it'll just boom, one button press and you'll go to the top. Oh wait, I'm showing the wrong screen here. But anyway, you probably won't be able to see it if on certain views because the screen is squished. But anyway, it's there. So that was my point, is that all the VFX stuff hasn't even been worked on yet. We haven't touched any of that really, and it'll come in the future.
A few more quick answers. I want to kind of bring up Joseph Hopkin too. I'm seeing over on YouTube and is really contributing a lot today. He mentioned earlier, I'm going to try to find the exact comment that he said. He said, well, this game is so worth the $5. It's so much fun. That's awesome. But this is what he said that really got my attention. He said, this game has actually got me to start going out and biking the trails near me. I just think it's great. I think it's great that you weren't doing that already. You started playing this game, you're loving it, and now you're on a real mountain bike. I'm doing the same thing. You know, I was a motorcycle guy. Joe was the mountain bike guy, and I was the motorcycle guy on our crew. And I went to El Paso last week with Joe, and we went riding one time. And now I have a fire burning in me, like I haven't felt in so long to do this thing. That, like, I can't think about anything else but riding a mountain bike. I don't have a motorcycle. I haven't for like the last 9 months, so I've been jonesing anyway. And then that one ride lit me on fire. By the time I got home, I managed to get a hold of a bike I could ride for the rest of the year. Borrowed it from a friend of mine, Davey. E-bike. It's a specialized
Levo.
Yep, and it's super fun. I'm excited. I haven't ridden it yet, but it's in the shop right now, getting the tune up from the guys down at Pathfinder in Morgantown. But I know what you mean, man. Like, this game was a part of it, and then getting the opportunity to go ride with Joe, it just lit me up, man. Like, I don't know. I was a motorcycle guy, but now I think I'm going to be a bicycle guy moving forward. Is what it's feeling like. So I hear you, and also thanks for hanging out with us.
It's also been making me ride more. Like, I mean, to be honest with you guys, the last couple of years, like since I broke my wrist mountain biking, I would maybe get on my mountain bike, I don't know, 6 times a year. And now I'm like trying to go out like 2 times a week. Like I'll probably go out right after the stream, actually. So next in line is Zach, dude. We got to get you a bike one of these days.
Yeah, that would be awesome. There are quite a few trails around me, actually. I looked it up. Just need the bike.
How easy is it to bike backwards? Someone's asking. Let's see. Can I do it? You can do it. It's not super easy.
Gage asks, why not just 2 buttons? One resets the entire run, the other resetting to the last checkpoint.
Because button real estate is going to be slim once this game is fully featured the way I want it to be. We've got tricks to add. We've got all kinds of different things, right? Like you need an action button, which we have as A. B is restart. Y should be change view. It's on X right now, which is bothers me slightly. So maybe X would be, I don't know. And then the D-pad is like setting markers, getting the drone out. And then I'll probably end up using the D-pad for a flying marker system. I want you to be able to set your spawn point, where your checkpoint starts, where your checkpoint ends, and you can like enter. You can like, that way you could session a part of a racetrack that you custom created, and you could like check your splits against your own best times in that section. And I think we're going to need most of the D-pad for that. Obviously, the 2 triggers are for pedal and brake. And then the 2 bumpers are going to be related to doing tricks. So running out of buttons. I guess if we wanted, we could have like B as one restart, X as another, because X might not be used. But that's the main reason why there wasn't multiple buttons. I think using the same button in either like a single tap, double tap, or a hold is a nice way to do it.
Cool. I want to reply to Luke Simpson. If you're still hanging with us, cool. If not, I think it's still a good thing to answer. The question is, are you planning on a more arcade or realistic art style in the end product? I'm going to throw that one to you, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going for super realistic art style, that's for sure, for multiple reasons. One, I think there's other games that try to do realistic art style, and I don't think realistic art style is very interesting in my opinion. I mean, we all live in real life. We see realistic stuff all the time. To me, that's kind of boring. So I like a more stylized approach that's a little more artsy, a little, you know, you can bend the, you know, you can bend reality if you've got a stylized art approach. You can make the colors pop better. You can have a little more creative freedom with it. And at the end of the day, it is a video game, so that's what we want. But also, it's easier to have it run on lower end computers and hardware if it's more stylized and not super realistic. So according, you know, for the art style, that's kind of where we're going. More of a Firewatch-esque kind of approach. What you see here is mostly all placeholder, so don't judge this too harshly. And as far as the physics go, it's kind of a simcade. You know, it's grounded in reality, and we're trying to make it feel as similar to real riding as possible, but we're also not trying to go for some hyper-realistic simulator that's incredibly hard to learn and takes you 10 years playing the game to be a pro, like, you know, Jackson Goldstone. The idea of this game was like you kind of hand the controller to anyone, and pretty quickly off the bat, they already feel like a pro rider. There's just kind of a big skill gap between the best pros and the worst pros in the world, and that's kind of what we're trying to simulate in this game. And I think Zach and the rest of the team's done a great job so far. Feels the most like real mountain bike riding compared to any other game I've played, and I've played pretty much all the mountain bike games out there. You know, handles tech well, stuff like this. Some of you guys might say you're cruising way too fast in a rock garden, and as Tails said in our Discord the other day, like, just go watch Jackson Goldstone or Ace of Vermet in a rock garden, and maybe you'll change your mind. Like, that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to simulate pro riders. We're not trying to simulate your weekend warrior who can barely make it through a rock garden at you know, local trails. We're trying to simulate the top guys in the world, or gals.
Those of you who hang with us regularly and have been playing for a while know what Cranked Collabs is. I'm going to be announcing the 3rd partner in Cranked Collabs today. But I thought for now I would just show off this super dope Space Mesa shirt, which I ordered from the 2nd Cranked Collabs that we did with Cam McCall and his band Space Mesa. People who were there for that stream were able to reserve an in-game Space Mesa t-shirt, this one. And then Cam and the guys, Dusty and the guys in the band put a real t-shirt together, and I got one. Joe got one too, I think. I don't know. Did anybody else on the stream get a Space Mesa t-shirt? If so, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I was actually going to wear mine today too, and then I saw you were wearing yours, so I was like, I won't wear mine then.
Why do you think I sent a text earlier to you and Cam telling you that I was going to wear mine on the stream? I was calling dibs, dude.
Yep, figures. It was funny. I got it last night, and I was in this room playing games, and you guys can see I have like blue lights in the background, and I had all the other lights off, so it's just the blue light, and I opened the package, and it's supposed to be a maroon shirt, and in the lighting in here, it looked navy blue, and I was like, that's so weird. They sent the wrong color. And I even looked on the package, and the package said maroon. And then I walked out of this room into a different light, and boom, it's maroon. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
These shirts are still available, yeah. Not the in-game ones. The Cranked Collab in-game shirts you have to get within the 72-hour window. But Cam is still selling this, and he also added like 4 more colors to the site. I don't have the URL off the top of my head, but I think if you Google Space Mesa Printful, you'll find it that way.
Or I don't think you would find it that way, because it's not technically, Printful's not like a storefront. It's probably Shopify.
Shopify,
Space
right.
Mesa Shopify would probably be it.
Yeah. Space Mesa Shopify. That should get you to the shirt.
Dude, Ominous FPV's back. Welcome back.
Birdie says Joey doesn't understand dibs. Never has.
Yeah. Well. No, Jens doesn't understand that you can't just call dibs on everything in people's lives and then it's yours. That's not how life works.
All right, what do we have going on?
What were you going to say, Zach?
No, there's a few questions that were interesting. I think, like McKay's asked if the first-person camera will also get any of the third-person camera treatment, and I think yes. I actually had some of that it would try to look a bit up inside of berms, but I don't think it's working super well right now. So Joe also noticed that before, like, right, if you're inside of a berm, sometimes it would be nice if the camera started like orienting it up a little bit. So I think I'll try to get some more of that. Oskia, asked, like, please replace the texture. Yeah, sorry, I'm using the wrong textures. We're gonna fix that. And thank you so much for all the moles you provided. That changed the look of the game directly. The new little yellow sticks. Sorry, we're using the wrong textures, but already it made such a big difference. So 1,000 thanks, man. That really helped us. Michael asked if I'm gonna use an existing network or rolling my own. I'm very split on this, hesitating a lot. If you have any suggestions, like Fishnet, the thing is that we're going to make an MMO, whether we like it or not. That's the reality, right? So we need to look into MMO technology, basically, because everyone needs to be able to boot up the game, start, and just be with everyone else in the same map, in the same big open world. So that's pretty involved, actually. That's very challenging. I can't go into peer-to-peer or stuff like that. So I'm looking into stuff like Coliseus. If you're interested in that library, I think it's a pretty solid one.
What happened?
And that was it.
I don't know what happened to our TikTok stream. We're at 6 viewers, which is like record low for us. Maybe we're not mentioning the other app enough by name.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That was a big change.
Someone asked if there's anything new in the build I'm playing. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. There's a bunch of stuff new. Mostly camera settings. There's also new... can change like the units in the bottom right from miles per hour to metric or imperial, whatever. But then there's a new lock to bike camera setting. And there's also a new setting on restarting at checkpoints or not. So if you want the restart to never restart you at a checkpoint, it just always take you to the top of the mountain. You can turn that on. Now to back out of a race, you hold the restart button instead of like double or triple tapping, because before it was kind of confusing. if you hadn't hit a checkpoint yet, you would hit restart once to go back to the start gate. If you had hit a checkpoint, you'd have to hit it twice. And then you'd have to hit it 3 times to back out of race mode. So sometimes you'd have to hit it 2 times, sometimes 3 times, and you'd lose track. And when we were watching new people play the game at Rad Dog this weekend, we noticed a lot of people were backing out of race mode accidentally, and then they'd have to be like, how do I get back in race mode? So we made it a little harder to back out of race mode. Now you have to hold restart to back out of race mode. Can I hold it right here? Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Also, Zach, I think right now the way that works is you have to hold it and then let go. I think you just hold it into like the couple seconds and then it automatically is
True.
done.
Once it reaches,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Someone should be taking notes for all these things.
We don't need to take notes. There's a YouTube video. I got it under control. Don't you worry. Hey guys, I need a second. I got some info about my poor mama who is quite ill. I'm gonna bail for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. This Travis says this looks completely different. I have the first version from Patreon. Yeah. Team moves quickly. Zach and Maggie and Cedric, we're scooting along. A lot of differences. The new bike is a big one. Maggie's working on the new rider. She sent some progress pics over today, but she did not give me permission to share them yet, so I will not share them. But that's coming along. Hopefully, actually, she sent versions that Zach can implement. So, Zach, when do you think you'll start working on that, you think?
I think next week. I talked to Maggie today, and she told me she wants to send me a first version of the rider next week.
She already sent it, dude. She sent it today.
What?
Yeah, did you not see in the... Go look in Discord. She sent it... She already sent you a version.
Okay. Well, awesome then. Then I'm gonna add that as a zap, man. But it's not the finished rider, right?
Nah, I don't think so.
That we understand that. Like, basically my idea was to tell Maggie, give me anything that looks better than this dude. And I think what we have already looks way better, even if it's placeholder clothes, placeholder hair, whatever. And so also because she will send me like this new rider, even if it's not finished, I can start working on the animation and like tying everything together, make the rider more embedded in the bike, and even that will help. With everything, with the suspension, like finally I can tie the whole thing together, because right now I kind of always held back, like if I do that then I will have to redo it again. So it was a bit of, you see, it was kind of a blocker, which makes sense, that's how it's done. But yeah, so it's gonna be super nice to finally get the whole workflow, so I can get cooking for real.
Yeah. Let me explain these new trails Cedric's working on if you guys are curious. So this is... Let me fly the drone. This area... It's kind of hard because like the drone camera is a little strange at times. But this flat area right here will be where the first chairlift goes to. So the very first trails a player will play are going to be these 3 trails right here. There's 1, 2, 3. This will be the first one. So let's go cruise it. Let me show you guys the first one. This will be the very first trail people play. It's super easy. It'll be teaching people how to pedal right now. They'll be like, pedal, blah, 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 blah. And then you'll get around here and it'll say, okay, now left stick to turn. And then you'll hit your first turn ever. And then that'll be all we really teach players on this map, is kind of, you can hit this jump if you want. You don't need to. You don't even need to jump. So this is a very basic, easy, wide trail that just kind of teaches a little bit of, a little pedaling, a little turning. Not much to do. A lot of freedom to make mistakes, kind of overturn, overcorrect. You can hit all these jumps. You can just roll them. They're kind of fun. They make it a little more fun, but you don't need to like do anything special on them. Like here, I'll just ride off it and do nothing. So this will be the first trail people play. Take it to the bottom, and then I'll show you guys the second trail. Then it starts picking up speed here. And he added this new little section at the bottom, which wasn't here last stream. Just kind of fun little gap. And then this will take you to the bottom of the mountain. So then the player would come back up. And we think the second trail will be this one, and it'll teach them more advanced turning, like maybe adding in the right stick a little to lean. And it's just about like cruising these berms. And this trail's not done yet. And yeah, a little more curvy than the other one. Mostly for practice turning. Super fun and flowy though. And then this will take, it'll eventually go all the way to the bottom. Then the third trail will be more of a jump trail where we teach people how to jump and the jump mechanics. And that'll be this one, which is still very easy jump trail. Like I didn't even jump there. You can kind of just clear all these without jumping. But start learning some more advanced things like tilting the bike in the air to line up your landing into a berm. Learning how to jump on all these things. And then you start getting into some fun features, some wood features. This berm's super fun. You can just ride it normal or you can kind of jump it. Same with this. There's like multiple lines you could take here. That's the big one. You got to have some speed. So that'll be the third trail people take.
Is that ramp faster if you clear the whole thing and land on the downside?
Probably, but it's even faster if you just don't hit the kicker and go off to the right.
All right.
So those are the first three trails. Then what he's going to be doing is actually adding some little tech trails in between those. Let me fly up to a higher perspective. There we go. It shows it better. So those are those three trails right there. And then what he's going to do is kind of weave some tech trails in between so players can practice some tech stuff as well. And then and that's also going to be where the demo will be. Not the first demo we do, but in the future, the demo will probably just be this area. Is kind of what I'm hoping. And then once and then there'll be some races involved down here. And then once the player kind of does all those things, completes a bunch of challenges, then they'll unlock another lift, which will take them up higher, take them up to the top of this section, and then they'll unlock even more stuff. And things will kind of flow that way. So that's why I was kind of messing with these trails because they're new and I was seeing how they felt. But I want to race a little.
Go, Joe.
I don't know what I want to race though.
Well, if you're going to be racing, maybe I'll talk about the next Crank collab once you get rolling.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of what we have in mind. So it's similar to something we've done in the past, and it's different than anything we've done in the past. So those of you who don't know, Cranked Collabs is just a fun thing we do here early in development to sort of reward those of you who are hanging out with us early. Every now and then. So far, it's been pretty sporadic. Eventually, we'll pick up the pace a little bit. We partner with somebody in the mountain biking community in some way, and we create or we replicate a T-shirt that you can reserve in Cranked. We don't have customization in the game yet, so at this point, you're just kind of reserving it for use when we add customization later. But when we announce one of these, you have 72 hours to claim it. We give you a code. It's pretty easy and it's free. There's no cost to it or anything. You have to get it within the open window. If you don't get it within the open window, it's no longer available ever. The first one we did was with a bike shop out of El Paso, Joe's bike shop, and one of his best friends, Richie. It's called Rad Dog. It's where we had a little gathering last week in El Paso. The second Cranked collab was this, what I have on right now, Space Mesa, Cam McCall, and Dusty Weigel's band. They partnered with us. Cam came on the stream with us, and more people reserved shirt 2 than had reserved shirt 1. And the next one we're going to do is going to be another bike shop. We're going to collab with Pathfinder in my town, Morgantown. I was going to do one with them anyway. I was going to wait a little while because I didn't want to do bike shop, something else, bike shop that quickly. But because some other things lined up, it just made sense. So this is what we're going to do. On November 17, we're going to do another playtest party at a bike shop, like we did Rad Dog in El Paso. But the difference, we're going to do this one in Morgantown at Pathfinder, and it's a big shop. It's more of an outdoor adventure shop. They got lots of bikes. but they also do snowboards and skis and, you know, all sorts of things. It's like a staple in Morgantown. It's been there since I came here in 1990. I have a ton of friends there, including Guy, who is one of our players, has been for a long time. He's one of the guys there. So we're going to do the next Cranked collabs in conjunction with, how'd you do, Joe? 24?
Not good. I was just showing the leaderboard for people.
Yep. We're going to do the next Crank collabs in conjunction with a live event. And this live event, we're really going to work it. We're going to spend time ahead of time marketing it. We're gonna try to fill this bike shop. We're gonna kind of go in. I think what we're gonna do is go in during the day and set up some machines so anybody who comes in can play. And then when the business officially closes at 6 p.m. on that Monday, November 17, Joe is coming into town for it, by the way. We're going to open it back up and have a party there. We're going to have a competition, maybe some sort of a qualifying procedure, maybe some sort of a UCI style. The qualifiers get 1 or 3 attempts or something like that, and everybody just kind of sits back and watches the main event sort of thing. We just figured all this out yesterday, Andy and Guy and I did. So it's all new and fresh, but well, we always work in public, so I figured I would throw it out there. So, you know, in Discord in the coming weeks, I'm probably going to be asking y'all a lot of questions about what you think would make for a cool event like this. Like what would be the way to do a qualifying procedure? I thought originally you had to come in during the day to qualify, and then the main event would be at night during the party. But, you know, people work, so maybe everybody couldn't get there in the daytime to qualify. So we have to figure all that stuff out. We will figure these details out in the coming week.
I mean, they can buy the week leading up to it. We reset the leaderboards, and $5 on Patreon. They can get the build. They can qualify themselves at home. How about that?
Yeah, well, we could figure it out. We could have a week-long period of qualifying, something along those lines. We'll figure that out. But anyway, it's going to be kind of cool. I don't know. I see it as a bit of Joe. I have this weird little sort of dream that if these things work out and we do more of these bike shop things, they're just such the heart of community. That's what I like about them. And they really work, and it's just like worth our time and stuff. It would be fun for the two of us to like piece together a 1 or 2 week road trip where we just line up a bunch of them and we slum it the best we can, crashing on couches and stuff, and kind of road trip from one to the other, take some machines with us and bikes with us, and just kind of go through the community and set up with bike shops and ride with people and play the game with people and get to know communities. Anyway,
dude. And we could do like a ride, like community rides. Is that what you're saying too?
Yeah, that's what I mean. And we're talking about a community ride with Pathfinder too. So, and by the way, if anybody has never been to Morgantown, West Virginia, it's a beautiful place. The mountain biking here is like heaven. And you want to come to town, this would be a good time. November 17 to come to town. And if you let us know ahead of time that you're coming, we'll make sure we roll the red carpet out for you. We'd love to have you at Pathfinder on November 17. So that's the plan. We'll talk more about it on Discord.
Hodge says next one in Chicago, please, dude. We'll have to do one there. That's my city. Oh my goodness, the track fails today are off the chain.
Yeah, because we could probably get a place to crash in Chicago and not have to pay for a hotel, right, Joe?
Oh yeah, I think that would be easy. Stay at my mother-in-law.
So anyway, that's going to be Crank Collabs number 3. I know normally I don't announce who it's going to be until the week before we do the t-shirt drop, but we'll actually do the t-shirt drop at that live party that week. That week's stream will be on a Monday instead of a Thursday, and we'll do the drop at that party. And I think we're going to make the shirts for real and have them at the party too. And I think they're going to have both Pathfinder and Cranked on them in some way. Our guy Fish is going to design them, so they should be really good.
There we go.
So that is it. That's the update. Looking good, man.
A question for you, Joe. In the case of a track that has a splitting stuff, right? We have some of that in the prototype. What I've done so far is that I encompassed the splitting with the yellow markers, you know. So basically the yellow markers would be on both sides of the splitting. Is there any splitting like that in real life, like in tracks? Like how would they do that?
I don't know, guys in chat, let me know. I know in Supercross and motocross sometimes they do split lanes, but most of the times in mountain biking that I've seen, they use, if there's different lines, it's like the way you're doing it. You just put the markers super wide, and it's up to the rider to decide like which line they want to take.
Good.
Hey, Oscar, I don't understand your question. Is Brian nice guy behind the camera too? I'm thinking it has to do with Baby Monkey's buddy back there, but I don't quite get your question.
He's asking if, in real life, if you're this nice. That's probably what he's asking.
Oh.
I don't know. Stay left sign or something, at least for race lines that split off. Yeah, we actually, Oscar made that one thing. We need to start using them. There's like these little kind of arrow kind of gate things. But yeah, we'll definitely have a better kind of direction for players once the full game's done. Like we'll have track tape lining the track. You know, there'll be fans lining the track. Like at least that's my hope, is that we've got like spectators and all that kind of stuff. Oh, Zach, I had a crazy idea, then I wanted to run this by you, and you're going to tell me that it's way too big of an idea, but that's okay. What if we made it so that... I need to remember all my ideas here. At some point, I'd like to make it where you get off the bike. I don't think that's a high priority, not something we even need to do for 1.0. But at some point, I'd like to be able to get off the bike and just go around. But what I was thinking was it'd be really fun if like we're hosting finals or something. We've got a rank mode, we're hosting finals, and players can hop in the same server that the riders are in, and you could get off your bike and you could just go watch like a spectator. Like you could just literally go walk up to the side of the track and like sit at the side of the track watching the race like you would in real life. And I was just thinking how much fun would it be if like the spectators on the side were actually like real players just sitting there watching you.
Yeah. I mean, if we get the multiplayer going on, that would kind of solve itself, right? But the hard part would be more like to restrict people to mess up with the with the competition. Like how would we make it so the people like cannot like form a wall of like just to be annoying? I don't know. Maybe they won't, but
I mean, you could just make it so that they're not even allowed. Like if they step on the track, they just go invisible, you know?
Yeah, probably right. Well, then I don't think it's too big of an idea, right? If we get the multiplayer going well and stuff, like people would definitely be able to put themselves somewhere in the map and watch a competition going on. I think that's pretty cool, man. I imagine all the possibilities.
The reason I was thinking this, actually, it wasn't to have to do with the competition thing. It was just like, it could be cool if you just get in this game and you just can do whatever you want. And like, there might be times when instead of getting in and riding, you're just like, I don't know, going on a hike or doing other stuff. Like, it just could be kind of fun to just like explore the environment on foot or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I think there is almost a relaxation part to this game. Also the drone thing, you know, like there can be more than one way to play a game, definitely. Yeah, like I said, would be just be similar to skate, really.
Yeah. True.
Our multiplayer, we would like to go towards that.
Tails, I remember you previously asking me if the PC that Antgrass sent to me was all set up and kicking. I don't think I ever got back to you and told you that I've got it dialed in, and that's what I play on now, and it's significantly better, even on his old PC, than it was on my MacBook Pro. So, yep, much better.
Kind of confused as why the TikTok stream today's so dead.
Yeah, oh well, it happens.
I did use...
Especially after that post went so big.
Yeah, and the only other thing I changed is that I started using Tickfinity. That's how those sound things work. I wonder if there's anything related to that, like you're using a third-party software to make your stream better, if they like don't like that or something.
At one point we were pushing like 80 or 90 people watching there, but yeah, it's dead today otherwise. Look, I want to know.
Sorry.
Good.
Goose Forever had such a good idea. Like if you miss the gate, you have to get off your bike and walk back up to the start gate. Maybe you should push your bike doing so. What do you think of the idea, Joe?
Nope.
Quick way to restart.
After the race, Zach, it takes 2 taps to go back to the start, though. Like if I go through the finish line and hit restart, it's not taking me all the way up to the top.
Gotcha. Where does it take you with just 1 tap?
All right, I'll do it again right now. It's just like restarting me at the finish line, I guess.
All right.
Let me try it again, though, just to double check it. I could be wrong. Man, this trail's so fun. This is the trail we did for the Rad Dog contest. Because I think it's the easiest. It's still not super easy, but easiest. That turn really is hard for people because you got to like hit that turn and that jump left. Well, that might be a good time, yeah. All right, so see, that's where it reset me to, is right here.
Nice.
If I hit it once,
Okay.
see, this is doing it again.
Yeah.
You have to hit it twice. All right, let's see where we're at now. Let's check the leaderboards. We're still not. Are we that far? How are we still like?
Damn.
42. The times are just very close on this map. Like to get on the first page, I need a 45.5, and what I'm at, 46.8. Anyone in chat got tips for me? Did the Rad Dog setup help you guys figure out the kinks for the live demos? Yeah, I think it's helping. Like if we do something official, like we want to do at like Crankworks next year, I think what we're going to want is like a local leaderboard system in the game where people could like run some laps, and then if they set a time, they can enter their initials or their name or something. And we probably need a more simple racetrack for people who are just playing the game for the first time. And I'd like it to have some variety. Like this one's just all jumps and flowy. I'd like to have, you know, a short track that's maybe a minute long, but it's got good variety. I think that's probably what we need for some sort of demo that people play for the first time in public, like at an event.
We were talking about live streaming the finals from Pathfinder at that November 17 party as well. So hopefully we can, excuse me, figure something cool out and actually stream the finals. I was kind of thinking it replicates some of the in-game event ideas we've talked about, where we try to do, like, you know, Joe's talked about maybe once a week doing like a finals that week, sort of UCI style. It kind of is like a pilot for that idea too, but it'd just be in person. Gotta love that track.
Yeah. Let's talk about speed, Zach. Like, what do we want to do with the speed? Because you said right now we're actually technically going twice as fast as what it says. Is that correct?
Yeah, kind of correct. Like, it depends what you count. Like, you know, what counts as 1 meter. So what we take is the reference is the bike, right? And we start from there and we think this is our scale. So really, you're going much faster, not exactly twice, but almost, I think, than what we show you.
Because, you know, based on the speeds, like if I just look at the speed I'm going down below, that's obviously like way faster than you would go in real life on a mountain bike. So what do we do?
What do you mean? What do we do?
I don't know. Do we leave it and players are now cruising at 80 miles an hour on a mountain bike? Do we change the number so the number just is a more realistic number?
Yeah, we could change the number. I mean,
because we can't really like redo the physics at this point and make everything, you know, because it's all about the feeling, and it feels like it's fast, and it feels like I'm not going. Like I don't feel like I'm going way faster than I could in real life. You know, when you're playing, it feels good.
Exactly. That's the most important. So I think that the most important is the feeling, and I think as long as you feel that the game is fun and going at the good speed for you to feel like you're mountain biking, that's the most important. Then what we display is not super relevant as long as it's the same for everyone, and that it makes sense that you can still like look at the numbers and be like time your your sectors, for example. Oh, in this curve I should be at X miles per hour, that type of stuff. So as long as it's coherent. But what we could do right now, it's a linear thing, so that means that we just divide it by 2, right? But what we could do is have more of a curve. So that means that we start by dividing it by 1.5, then by 2, then by 3. So we divide it more and more and more as you go faster. So by doing that, we would like kind of smooth out the end, so you never reach crazy speeds in the display only. Okay, so your speedometer would like end up being kind of like going to a plateau, kind of. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Would that be a solution?
I don't know. I feel like that might. I mean, I don't know. We can always try it. I feel like it might. I don't know. It might feel inconsistent in at times.
Luminescence, what's up, man? Welcome back, I should say.
Gage is someone who plays it. I don't care if it's a real speed. Yeah. Probably doesn't matter too much, but some people might look at a number, because like, watch this. If I just go bomb the hill, I'm gonna crash. Yeah. Let me try to just bomb the hill and see what speed we can get up to. But I bet we can get to like 200 miles an hour, and there'll be people who are like, this isn't even real.
Valentino Rossi on a mountain bike. Birdshell says, just take the speed in miles per hour and make that the speed in kilometers per hour. That'll be about right. Good point.
Yeah, I mean, you can get going decent speeds.
Natman asks if the speedometer is necessary. I'll let you guys answer that, but I think the answer is yes, because on Discord, so many times I've heard Tails and the other fast guys sort of giving advice to others or talking about what they needed to do to clear certain jumps or whatever. And so often these really fast players know what speeds they need in certain areas of the trail. I think it's important to them. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's what it's useful for is like critiquing your race runs and trying to figure things out. I know in real life bikes don't have speedometers, but you've got bike computers and stuff, and I guarantee you all the pros have crazy analytics. At least in motocross and supercross they do, where they can look at, they'll, after qualifying or whatever, they'll go back to the truck and look at all the analytics and look at like I'm this speed in this corner, but my teammate's actually going 2 miles an hour faster. What am I doing differently? So to like analyze race runs, I think it's important to have. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Cool.
I use it too. I use it too to know if I'm sticking to the right routine, like every time there's a bit of where I don't have to take quick decisions in the trail. Like I look at my speedometer, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm on a good run. I'm on the good speed, that type of stuff. So I would say it's not like mandatory, but I feel like it's pretty important. I think a lot of players use the speedometer already. So now what we can do, like people will be like, it's not realistic. I think we could have some sort of an ease function, like a plateau, but that only kicks off at crazy speed. So I think it's going to be okay if we do it like that. So basically it would try to plateau around 80 miles per hour, which is already crazy fast for a mountain bike, right?
Yeah, because you watch the UCI races, when they've got the speed splits where they actually show it, it's usually like 60-ish kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
That's kind of where they're topping out, I think.
Yeah. So we could also divide it more than what we do right now. That's another solution, to keep it linear, to keep it very regular. Well, we just put it lower.
Doc says he agrees with what Birdshaw said. Take mile per hour speed and make it kilometers an hour.
Yeah. Already you can choose your units. You can choose between kilometers or miles per hour. But yeah, I chose two. I chose to divide it by two very arbitrarily. We could have divided by something else. Maybe we divide it by 2.5 and then it's good. Then the speed looks better. I don't know.
Yeah. I think we need to do a different track, guys. Sick of this one.
Oh, heads up, everybody. Next week, I just remembered Antgrass is going to join us next week on the stream, by the way. So if you want to, I'm sure there'll be a lot more talk about trail building and world building and all that stuff next week.
Hopefully. I was asking him to confirm today, and he hasn't gotten back to me. So.
Oh. Well, we asked him like at one point when we were in El Paso, and he said, yeah. So if he can make it, Antgrass will be with us next week.
Yeah. Make it cranks per hour. There you go, dude. And then it'll just be an arbitrary unit.
Exactly.
I really don't understand what happened with TikTok today.
Yeah. Oh, well, it is what it is. Today the live is not working there, but that post you did a couple days ago is still blowing up. So you never know. Normally our posts over there don't do too much, but the lives do a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a fickle beast. That TikTok. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry.
So Joe,
Yeah.
first person or third person?
Damn.
What do you mean?
What's your preference?
Oh, it'll always be first person. That's why I wanted to start with first person. I mean, I think if I'm racing, you can't race and like I'll be shocked if there's some top players who race in third person.
Hey,
Like,
you think so?
yeah. You can't even see your front tire. Like, how do you miss one route in a, like where am I putting my tires right now? Like, I can't see. Where right here, mountain biking's all about your line choice, exactly where you're placing that tire. And I think in this game, it's important. Like right there, sections like this. Give me an e-bike so I can go uphill faster. Sections like this. I don't like this camera angle. I want to go right through here, splitting right here, avoiding that route, avoiding the rock right in between, coming through right like this. And in first person, that's super easy to do. In third person, good luck. Like, watch. I mean, you can't. It's so hard to see. I do think we need to work on like the way the bike turns and pivots. Third person's making me see stuff that looks weird, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
I think the pivot point's off a bit, maybe. But see how it's so much harder to like sneak through there? Same with...
I was wondering about something. Would a bit of a shoulder offset would help? You see what I mean by that?
Nope.
Like in TPS, it's pretty common in games that third person, you see a little bit to the right or to the left.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a setting in MX Bikes. If you watch that video where the other third person settings I wanted you to add, that's one of them. In MX Bikes, you can like adjust how far to the left or the right you want the third person camera.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And maybe even like something that could, I don't know, switch depending on if you're turning right or left.
That right there is a no-go. That like that third person camera work there makes those two things almost impossible to ride, I think. So we'll have to figure that out. I should just go place a marker over there so we can like mess with just that and figure it out.
Zach, how much time do you get, or how much time do you put into just playing? You spend so much time building it. Is it the type of thing that when you get home, you've been working on all day and you don't really feel like playing it still, or do you sometimes sit down in session when you're at home?
No, I don't play at home because I play so much during the day. Like every time I do a little tweak, I need to test it. So I end up playing the game. If I would sum it up, I probably play the game at least 1 hour per day, I would say, the minimum. So I have my playtime, you know.
Yep.
I mean, it's not the funniest stuff because it's a lot of testing. So, you know, sometimes I just like try to go into rocks and, you know, like hit trees or try to do like very specific stuff. So yeah, you know what? Sometimes I miss a little bit of the just playing stuff where you're like trying to improve your time and stuff like that. But the fact is that I'm so often in the project. So when I'm home, I don't feel like booting it up again because I've spent 8 hours hours playing it, doing tweaks, and you know.
I don't know because I'm the opposite. I just sit here and play this all day, every day. But what was I gonna say? I think it is important too, though, to instead of just like always testing the stuff you're doing, it's just to like some days, you know, spend a couple hours at work just playing it like a player would play it, not
Yeah.
specifically testing a certain thing and just playing and that's I think because that's I find a lot of bugs or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I do that. You know, I've had this like, oh, I need to improve my time. Like, I remember spending like an hour here and there just to try improve my time on Figure Break. So I definitely find the game is fun and I spend time playing it. Also, I'm super stoked to show it to people. So very often when I'm with friends and stuff, like I boot up the game and I show it to them, and it's super fun to see them playing like all the different skill levels and stuff. Like you can really see who's been playing games, who's been playing racing games, and who's been playing action sports game, and all the difference it makes.
Yeah, I think we
Super fun to
need.
see.
I think the third person camera needs a little bit of like looking through a corner because like this is where it's hard is right here.
You can't see what's coming up.
Yeah, like I'm just looking at wood, and then eventually it's like, you know, then it pops out. But it makes it really hard to see what's coming ahead. I need to fix that too. Where in first person, it's not an issue at all.
Yeah.
Duck says that 360 is so hard to land in third person.
Yeah, I can do it first try in first person. Whoop.
Is there anyone playing more in third person? I'm curious, or is everyone just still first person?
Yeah, let's get a roll call. What are you guys playing mostly?
Yeah, I'm curious.
I think I'll play third person more when the new rider's in and the animations are in and it like looks proper. Right now it looks so far away from a real mountain biker that it just makes me mad more than anything, I think. Not mad, but you know what I mean.
Oscar and Aaron are both first person. Duxon never uses third person, always first.
Yeah, same. Only time I really use third is just showing it on stream.
Jackson, Natman, both first person.
Whoops.
Well, first person is just better right now for starters. I mean, it's, you know, we've been doing that from the beginning. We've only been doing third person for like 2 weeks or whatever, so that's part of it.
Gage asks, does the foot still come off the pedal when standing and pedaling? Yeah, the foot. I mean, if you like jump and stuff, the feet will come off. Nothing's been worked on with the rider because we're waiting on the new one.
Jack said he kind of likes the third person, if I understand well. So nice clips will come from this. Yeah.
Febu prefers first person, checking out third person, but thinks it feels a bit clunky.
Yeah, definitely a little clunk.
Third person is good for content, though. Looks cool.
Yeah,
and
debugging.
will be especially.
Yeah, said it.
Yeah.
For real, man.
Yeah, like I keep hitting the wrong buttons. What am I doing?
That's like me every time I play.
You know, like I've kind of learned. I don't know. something with the turning needs to be fixed, and we didn't realize that until putting third person in, I don't think. Man, I can't wait till like we can redo manuals and wheelies too with the new rider and make the weight kind of look good. Like BMX Streets does it really nice, where he's kind of, you can see his kind of weight moving left to right as he kind of turns in a wheelie. Do you think he would have died?
What was the source of that crash?
What's the source? I wonder.
Oh, guys, there's another new feature. Well, not new for you guys, but maybe some of you don't know about it. But the ramp thing. It won't let me because I'm in race mode. Let's go find, let's see. Can I hit that ramp? Probably not.
What's up, Charles? Thanks for joining us, man.
Oh,
Hey,
where did
Maddie.
it go? There it is. Now what is this? There we go. I think it's going to be too steep. I think when I hit it... Oh. Oh, man, come on. Nope, now it's... See, this is... The place marker takes extra long now. Did you do that on purpose, or is that a bug?
Nah, it's a bug. Need to fix.
Alright, let's see if the ramp's still there. Where's the ramp? Where's the ramp?
Man.
Not bad. Let's try it in third person. Yeah, on grass you can really... The turning looks really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really need to get something better for the back tire to feel more planted.
Yeah.
Wow, that was pretty sick in there.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Will leaderboards
Adam
be wiped
says-
next build? Yeah, I think we should wipe leaderboards, and I think we should remove the Shrelp thing. Did you remove the Shrelp thing yet?
Yeah,
You did?
I did.
Nice. Let's see.
Adam says, looks like there's still some wobbling when flipping from the tilt.
Yeah. You started working on that, but you haven't finished yet, huh, Zach?
No.
Can I do a double front? Close.
That was
I can finally scrub when Shrelp is out. Yeah, it's officially out. Because I just tried it. It ain't working. We'll bring it back later, maybe. This is it. Come on.
Got it.
nice.
I don't know why he shot off to the side on landing, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
dang it. Yeah, Nate Natman says the weirdest thing with third person is like how fixed alignment between the rider and the bike is, and I agree. Like, you know, in real life, you're not moving as one unit connected. You're two separate things. So once the new rider's in, that's what Zach will be working on, is making all that stuff look more natural.
That'll make footage in third person look so much better.
So we'll have to figure out third person camera in this
Yeah.
Zach.
The fact he needs to be fixed too. Yeah, you know what? Right now with the rider completely tied to the bike, because there is no, I haven't put any work into the rider animation, so it makes me think of this remote,
Yeah.
the little the
RC
little
cars,
remote
like the
bike.
RC bikers. Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
that's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys,
The rider needs to lead and maybe even counter lead in some cases. Like a lot needs to be.
Yeah. Like in turns, you want the bike leaning down, but the rider trying to keep his body weight more upright, you know? Like, so for the right stick, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's go up here. Like right stick right now just leans like this. And what I envision once we've got the new rider and everything in, like right stick would, you know, you'd really be pushing the bike one side to the other underneath you as the rider kind of stays up, you know, instead of the whole unit moving. Yeah, I don't know how people play in third person like Shelby. Uh-oh, did the broken wrist come back, dude? Look at that.
Oh,
yeah, I noticed them earlier.
It's weird because they haven't been here all day.
I guess some
right?
A bug.
Huh. Switch maps. Switch maps and see.
Hey guys, I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to announce this breaking news. I just got a breaking news that 3 guys in a boat arrived at a amusement park in New York City. I don't know if this was on Coney Island or what, and stole 200 stuffed animals and attempted to throw a photo booth off the boardwalk. So, in case you guys haven't received your breaking news about the stuffed animal bandits, the Playland Park bandits, rather, now you know.
Wow.
Is this for real?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm watching my phone just because I'm waiting on some communication from my brothers, and I happen to see that nonsense. That's actually the kind of breaking news I like to get. I mean,
seriously, like I wish that was the most breaking news we had right now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Reminds me of this breaking news we had in France where like 5 drunk guys stole a llama from a circus and went in town with the llama.
Oh my god.
Had a blast with it, like took subway and stuff and get it back to the circus, and the pictures are amazing. Because the llama is kind of like partying.
Shelby, you did hear your name, brother. Welcome, man. It's good to see you here. Joe was talking smack on your third person requirement. Maybe not smack, but just expressing incredulity about the fact that you only play in third person.
Come on, I want this to work. Maybe I could get that to work. No, I don't think so. Let's try. Nope. Nope. I don't think it's gonna work. I want a ramp here.
Yeah, maybe if you really put yourself at the bottom, but then it kind of just do the same as the terrain.
Hey guys, we got a good question on TikTok. The other one that I want to answer real quick for Nils. Nils MTB, thanks for joining. Wants to know where you can find the game. If you go to patreon.gg/cranked, or just find the link in our bio, you'll find our Patreon. Currently, you can play this game by supporting us on Patreon. Even the lowest $5 a month tier, there's actually a free tier, but the lowest paid tier, $5 a month, you would get the current version of the game. You get this one when it's released, probably early next week, I would guess, and anything else we do over the course of, however long your subscription is. So even a 1-month sub, $5, you would end up getting a few different builds, and you get to keep them forever. And if you end up sticking with us because you love it, and you ultimately spend $50 on Patreon total, you'll get a key for the final release game down the line. So it's kind of like paying for it in installments while you play it while it's in development.
Let's try that instead.
Yeah, being able to rotate the ramp would be nice. I think I was a bit inspired by this ramp thing, actually. It would be nice if you could like spawn more than one, and like, I don't know,
Yeah, dude, play
I
Skate.
don't know. What?
You should go play Skate, the new Skate. It's free to play. Download it, play it, use their ramp drop feature and all that stuff, and take some inspiration and steal like an artist.
Nice. I'll do that. I wanted to play it. Anyway, I thought, because I was really liking the previous Skate game. So.
Adam says he gave the initial suggestion because of Skate. So there you go.
Nice. Tony Hawk Pro Skater also on GameCube. Yeah, that was long ago. I remember you could make your own tricks in that game.
Dang, I forget about that.
Yeah, they were so janky. It was part of the fun.
Of all days, we have of Julian hanging out with his cranked intern account on the one app, and we have nobody hanging out with us. The one day we have Julian there ready to respond to some comments and help us through it. There's nobody there asking questions. There you go.
This is the first like dead stream I think we've ever had.
It's not dead. It's just dead on that platform. It's popping off as usual with our most core players on the as what did you call them earlier, Bird? The Millennial app and the Boomer app. Is that what you said, or the Zoomer app?
Yeah.
I wonder if I have any bad times I could fix. Let's see. We're 15th, 14th, 27. Let's do that. It's been a while since I've grinded this track, but this used to be the track I'd played the most.
Yeah, Gage, 3 viewers, and one of them's you, one of them's me, and one of them's Julian. So that app is officially dead today. I don't know. We've done something to anger the gods, it seems, as if.
I mean,
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, like, is it Tickfinity?
Never
Is it
seen
because I
that.
connected Tickfinity? Like, that's the only thing I could think of. I don't know.
Oh, well, we learn by doing up in this place, Joe. That is how we learn.
Might have to do some research later and see if anyone else has noticed, like, connecting Tickfinity makes their streams go down. Oh.
While he's laying down a burner over here, crew, what do you guys think about this party we have coming up at Pathfinder down the line in Morgantown? Like, if you were going to a bike shop to be a part of something like this, what are some things that you think would be cool to make something like that fun? And also, if you have ideas about a good way to run a competition, keeping in mind that a lot of people who play, Joe and I learned this at Rad Dog, you have to have a simple course. You can't expect people to kind of show up and even be able to finish anything that's not simple. So I'm almost thinking right now, like the course that we have planned for the second in the game might be the one, Joe. It's not crazy long and it's got some satisfying jumps on it, but it's super doable. What do you think? Do you have an idea what the best
I don't think any of those
trail would
are
be?
quite ready yet.
What's
Maybe
that?
none of those are really quite ready yet. Maybe
Yeah.
they will be by then, but I don't think any of those are really fun racing trails yet.
But we have like five weeks or something like that until the event. So
I think it needs some variety. I think it needs a little bit of tech, easy tech, and needs a couple easy jumps. Like I'll talk to Cedric, see if he can throw together some easy.
yeah, if y'all have ideas that you think would make it cool, let me know. I'm going to have to piece together these details.
Come on. Man, this track feels way different now without that log.
Aaron says, this is an interesting comment from Aaron. I have yet to meet anyone in my mountain bike community that also loves gaming. I mean, I guess in a way, if you're a core mountain biker, there's an element of that means you don't want to be tied to a computer. You want to be out in nature. So that makes sense in that way. Maybe that's what it is. Obviously, we run into people all the time making this game who are into both, because that's what mostly who we are talking to on a daily basis. But I wonder what the percentages are like. I wonder how many people at a party of a local gathering would actually be gamers and how many would not be. It's a good question.
Oh, man. Missed. Are rubber wristbands cheap with a little custom print? We get like stickers. I think I'd rather do. I don't know how many people wear those rubber wristbands. Whenever someone gives me those things, they just go immediately in the trash.
Not me, because I can cut them and use them on the back of my loopy when my loop breaks. They
There you
work
go.
perfectly. That one look familiar to you, Zach?
Sorry, what did you say?
Those little rubber wristbands, that's one of the ones from Turborilla. Like I had a handful of those wristbands that we had made at Turborilla, the Mad Skills team. And when
Yeah.
my loopy breaks, because this is like one of these loopy phones that you can put your finger in the loop like that. I'm trying to put it in front of the thing and hold on to it.
Oh yeah.
When my official loop breaks, and one time I was like, I have one of those things. I wonder if it would work. And I've never ordered another loop again because those little rubber bracelets always work.
Yo, there's my mom, KT.
What up,
Now,
KT?
now we got 4. Ma, I don't know what happened, but the stream's dead today. It's because you weren't here, probably.
Well, you were here. We saw you on the other platform earlier. I saw you, Karen, mentioning that you had gotten a Space Mesa T-shirt as well. Yeah, Nils. You can also pull. I don't know if you're still there. You're not actually, but yeah,
Why
you can
isn't
get the Patreon anywhere.
Yeah, it's weird. Still some restart things, because like right there, it kept restarting me in a weird spot.
Yeah, Aaron says from her experience, women tend to be less in gaming. Well, I can tell you this much: women were not as into Mad Skills Motocross as guys, or Mad Skills BMX, or any of the other games we did.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Aaron, do you mostly ride with other women? It's like when you're saying you've never met a rider who also plays games, is mostly your friends you ride with women?
Yeah, I think that's what you meant. Like
Yeah.
competitions and stuff.
Yeah.
But woman-only events. But the funny thing is, I think I looked at some stats. It was today actually, and it's 50-50 playing games nowadays, men and women. But the real difference, I guess, is more like the genre and that type of stuff. But we can't say that video games are mostly men anymore.
That's good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Feels to me like more women are into mountain biking than moto, though.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of female mountain bikers on Instagram, a ton. I mean, there are female motocrossers on there too, but it just seems to me like it's more common in mountain biking. Be curious to see what happens when we update our rider. We have a female rider in the game, if that'll get the attention of some women who are into riding as well. Maybe.
Oh, I don't know my speeds now because I changed units, so I'm like, I have no idea how to judge this jump. There we go.
Yeah, Adam.
Or that one.
True, Adam.
Yeah, I got to relearn all my speeds. Bummer. Mostly been older women too in the community. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I think age then does make a big difference if you game or not.
Yeah.
Till today, right?
Captain Jax says, you guys need a cranked van with monitors in every window and controllers attached to the outside like they are in electronic stores at those gaming stations. You drive around parking lots. Sounds pretty fun, actually.
So that'd actually be awesome.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would also cost us a month plus of development, I'm afraid, to get it.
Probably more.
Yeah, more. I mean, we'd have to get a beater van. And then we wouldn't make it very far, probably. It's a fun idea, though.
We'll borrow my mom's van. Mom, we're borrowing your van and we're turning it into a cranked.
What are you talking
Something.
about borrowing your van? Karen's coming with, man. You
All
think
right,
Karen's gonna, like...
We're transforming your VAB into a crank thing. Just so you know.
It's gonna be me, Joe, and Karen hitting the road, Dan too. Hitting the road, bike park to bike park. Epic times.
I think I'm gonna go on a ride today, guys. I'm gonna try. I borrowed a DJI Action 5 or whatever it's called from a buddy, Richie, actually, Red Dog. He's not using it, and I'm gonna use it and record some real footage of me riding and start posting some content of that. I'm thinking about like micing myself up and just talking about when I'm riding, kind of the feelings I get and how we're trying to portray that stuff through the game, and relate the riding stuff back to the video game, and then post stuff, because I know so many people are asking if I ride in real life, and then they ask to see me ride, and I'm not the best rider, so it won't be the most interesting footage, but I feel like if I'm talking about the game in relationship to real riding, maybe it'll be fun. So I'm going to do that probably after the stream, go record some stuff and see how it does, and if it starts working, then I'll do more of it, and if it doesn't work, I'll do less of it.
The Lone Ranger did a cool video on how to make your cam look faster, your footage look faster when you're riding, Joe, if you want to check it out.
Yeah, I need all the help I can get to look fast.
I like that guy. I told you, it reminds me of the Alton Brown of the mountain bike community because of the way he explains things so scientifically and so well.
Why am I not in race mode? What happened there?
Chill Clinton says, come to LA. Do you mean Los Angeles or do you mean Louisiana? I'm going to guess you mean I think I remember you saying you were on the West Coast. So yeah, man, you know how many friends I have in LA? And I used to go all the time when I was in moto, and I never go anymore. I would love to go to LA again sometime. Joe and I went out to Glen Helen to watch the Nitro Cross a year or two ago. It was the last time I saw Ken Block, actually.
Yeah. My wife and I love visiting Long Beach, actually. We go there, I don't know, been there a few times. We rent a place and we just hang out for a week, walk around, enjoy the beach, take the dog to the beach, eat good food.
Yeah, I love LA. So many friends there.
Yeah, what does it say? Minus 23. What type of high score do you have there?
I think what happened is maybe you changed the markers or the timing gates, and I haven't set a time since then. Yeah, see, right? It's still not doing, like sometimes it doesn't do the single tap restart. I don't know why. I can't figure out a pattern.
Yeah.
Joe, I wonder if we might want to just close the other platform down. It's not even worth paying attention to at this point. I'd rather just focus on
Super weird.
the crews hanging with us, maybe.
Oh, here we go. I have a message. Your live is not eligible for recommendations and restricted in search because it contains unoriginal or reproduced content. What is an unoriginal reproduced?
Can't be more. We can't own more of what we show.
Your live is not eligible because it contains unoriginal or reproduced content. Appeal.
Could it be the bike? I mean, what else would it be? I mean, what else would it be, though? Yeah, right, but that's the only thing I can think of that could even be misconstrued as being unoriginal.
I think it's a fluke. Their algorithm picked on something really weird.
Probably. I thought something was going on. I'll be back in a sec, guys.
That's super weird. Unless, I mean, the first time, why did he do it that way? Oh, Brian. Oh, well. Guys, it's Brian's fault that all the cameras just moved, so blame him.
I'm still here.
And I'm not going to move it around because I don't have to move it around again and it'd be a pain. I wonder if I can. Okay. Let's try see if this makes it any better.
Yeah, sure.
Makes it slightly better. You could see Zach's top of his head. The only thing I did different today is add Tickfinity. So I wonder if somehow adding Tickfinity is now saying, because I don't know, or if it's just a fluke. It's very weird. Restart, trust, other creators do it to get more viewers, etc. Did someone steal or claimed your logo? Huh. Yeah, let me just stop it and restart it and see what happens. I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we're-
Just some detection going wrong. I feel like that. I feel it's probably like that. Some settings, maybe. I don't know.
I don't like what's happening.
Did someone steal or claim your logo?
Yeah, it's super weird.
Oh, I don't think so. I hope not, at least.
Sorry guys, I'm moving things around. We'll try it again and see what happens. But we'll probably end it soon anyway, so maybe it wasn't even worth restarting. I gotta sneeze.
Bless you.
Thanks.
The sound bite could have triggered it. Oh, like...
That's what I was thinking. Like, was it the sound bites?
Think so?
I don't know.
Man, all the streamers, they all do that, so...
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That was a problem about it.
Oop. I mean, we already have as many people as we had before, and it's been... Well, it's probably the same people.
I know. Seems like it's...
I stopped and restarted based on some feedback we got, and we'll see if it's any better now. Yo, this game looks sick. Can I play? You can play if you're on PC or Mac by joining our Patreon for $5. You'll get this. You'll get the latest build, and you'll get all future builds. If as long as you stay subscribed, you can cancel anytime. Keep the builds. And I just missed a marker because I was talking to you. No, I was just kidding. It's not your fault. But yeah, check the. Can you fall off the bike? Yeah, you can. Let me show you. But yeah, check the link in the bio, or just go to patreon.com and search for Cranked. Yeah, you can follow.
Benedict also, it's the reason it's on Patreon now is because we're only on like day 175 of making this game. It's in pre-alpha still, focusing on mostly physics to this point. We're starting to take graphics more seriously. Most of these graphics are still placeholder.
Oh man. Today we were testing a bunch of new camera settings that Zach put in. Zach's our programmer here. So we've been kind of just testing the new build, giving him feedback, trying stuff out. All right, so here we go. That's the sound bites. So now if all of a sudden they say we're using unoriginal content and ban us, then we know it's the sound bites.
Yeah. Aaron says, come up there. She's close to Mont Saint Anne. Did you go to the race this year, Aaron? I don't remember you saying you went. Also, if you're sitting at your computer or whatever, Google and see how far that is from Morgantown, West Virginia. I wonder how drivable that is for us if we were to road trip up for next year's race and to hang out with Aaron.
Everything's road trippable, technically.
True. Especially for you because you are a road trip beast because you drive good old Jakey Poo with you everywhere you go.
Yeah. I think furthest we've done is maybe 40 hours. 36,
I feel like
40,
Jake and
something
I
like that.
took our relationship to a new level on this last trip. I mean, we've always been tight, but I don't know. Something about this last trip, man.
Yeah.
We were just bros, man. You know, even before, like, Jake's always been a little bit of a temperamental creature. And even before when we were getting along, I remember one time, the last time I was in El Paso, I was sitting there petting Jake on the couch, and he started to growl a little bit because he's just always has a little bit of that distrust in there to people he's not super used to. This time I didn't get any of that. He's like, we're tight now, man.
Yeah, he's also like super chill these days.
Yeah. Yeah, he was 4 years younger the last time I was there, I suppose.
Come on. Trying to put together a run for you guys, and I'm screwing it up. Probably going to overjump this and die. Oh, we're good. We're good.
No.
You guys want to see magic? I go through trees.
Should we add colliders to these?
Probably should. That'd
Right.
screw me up. But also, when I go through it and I don't crash, I'm happy that there's not a collider.
Yeah.
Aaron said we go to that race. She's in next year, Joe. Keep that in
Nice.
mind.
I mean, it'll be great to see. I want to try kind of, Crankworks Whistler. It's kind of our first big event to see how that goes. I mean, if that pops off and gets us a bunch of new people interested and buying the game and all that kind of stuff, I'd love to make it like a thing where we pick the 5 biggest events of the year and road trip to them and put on, set up a booth or something.
Hey, Blaine, what's up? Wants to know what kind of dog Jake is. I think this is time for a photo. When you're not running a burner, Joe, I think it's time to bring up a photo of Jake if you can. It's
Yeah.
not too difficult. Here's the thing about Jake. He is just awesome. This dog is wonderful. And how old is he now, Joe? Is he like 13?
Like 14 maybe. Let's see if I
14?
can find a
Ah,
picture.
he's had a few laps around the sun.
Instagram. I don't know where this is going to go. We're just going to go to Instagram. Let's see. Home.
Grassy Gaming, thank you so much for the follow. If y'all are jumping in, please consider following us. We're developing this game in the public, and these are very early days for us. So if you follow us, you'll get to watch the progress as we go. There he is.
There's little Jakey boy.
You can also see Joe's hobby of photography on display here.
See if I have another. I mean, I definitely have more. You know, he's the best. Where's the one that was my favorite that actually Laura took? Let's see if I can find it. And then we'll get back to playing.
Casey, what's up, man? I saw you earlier on TikTok briefly. It's good to see you hanging, man.
Lots of Jake picks, but there's one specific one. That's this one I like too. That's not the one. Where's the one?
Get
Oh,
Joe started on
Halloween, eh?
Jake. There he is.
Halloween, but that's still not the one I'm thinking of. Well, here it is. Not this one. But Laura took that one. I think that one's
that's
amazing. My wife took that.
Yeah, it's good.
So. That's Jake.
He the best.
What up, Casey?
Thanks for the sub, Casey.
All right, let's see if we can actually put down a time. I haven't even gotten to the finish line yet, so let's focus on that, and then we'll probably end the stream. So if you guys got last minute questions, fire off.
Yeah. After that, focus on telling Jake that Chill Clinton's Hank says hello.
For sure.
I want to see a photo. Hey, Chill, I want to see Hank. There's a pets thread somewhere on the Discord. If you haven't put Hank over there, I encourage you to. Hey, Dana, what's up, man?
So I guess I need to adjust my settings so that when someone gives 10 roses, it doesn't say, dude, that was sick 10 times in a row.
Oh. But thanks for that, Grassy. Really appreciate it. It is out, Archie, in its pre-alpha form. You can play the game through development. We're about 175 days into this thing now, pre-alpha. You can play it by supporting us on Patreon, patreon.gg/cranked, and you'll see the details there. But you get to keep any builds that you get while subscribing. You get to keep them, and if you accumulate a support of $50 total through development, you'll get a key for the final game. So it's kind of a way you can pay for the game in installments and play it along the way. And help really dictate how it gets developed, actually.
Guys, I know I'm restarting a ton, but this first section is very technical, and it takes me a while to nail it down. All right, I think I might just slow my roll just to get it running. Never mind, can't go slow there.
We're starting with PC, but we intend to bring the game to the consoles as well after we finish PC.
Guys, who's got questions for Zach? Zach's our programmer. If you guys got programming questions.
Yeah, Captain Jax is saying, when will be the next Tech Talk, like live coding stream? I'm thinking maybe next week or the week after, so very soon. And for those who don't know, join us on Discord, and you'll get to see live coding sessions that we have done once. We have done it once, and it was super fun. So I will do it again. So I share some of the workflow and very technical stuff. So it's a different live, but yeah.
I think, Zach, what you should do in the next developer live stream like that, like the programming one, is working on rider movements and animations and stuff once the new model's in, because I think people would give you valuable feedback since everyone who joins those streams rides in real life. I think it'd be fun to kind of work on that stuff together. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's really good. I think it's nice to like we had some interesting suggestions, like maybe also do just more of shadowing or chatting around the project. I think everything is good. Like we'll get to see where it goes. Like if people want to see more technical stuff, it's like it needs to be a little fun for everyone. Also for me. So I think like tweaking the rider's position, that kind of stuff would be super valuable to get everyone's input. So definitely something, yeah, good idea. But yeah, I'll tell you the date next week,
Oh,
probably.
no. Are you... Guys, I finally had a good run. And I messed up
That
in a spot
frustration
I
is
never
real.
mess up.
Hardest thing to program so far. The hardest thing, oh man, I think the bike physics, like it's so much that was put into it. Like I guess the leaning was very hard to get. Like and when leaning, I'm only talking the physical part of it, not even the riders animating yet, but like that the physical bike like tries to lean into your centrifugal force, that type of stuff. Like that's pretty, yeah, it's a lot of math, lots of physical concepts involved, so really challenging.
Jeff asks, "What are the best tips for getting better at the game?" I just quickly, and I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but I wanted to answer while he's here. I would say subscribe to us on the video platform. I feel like we're not supposed to say the names of the platforms, but you know, the big one, because Joe's about to release I think a 5-part how to get faster series on YouTube here for. Oops, I said it anyway. Soon. So that's probably, you could also come to the Discord, and there's like a thread for every single trail in the game, and people talk about how they hit the lines, and you can usually find a video of the fastest time, etc. So Discord and YT are probably the way to go there.
I'd also say like pick your favorite track, like pick a good trail, like Fika Break or something, and just session it for like an hour or two. Just play the same trail over and over, and you'll start learning like what's faster, what's not. Also, you want to kind of get playful with the controls, like hop around a lot, jump around a lot. Try to be as smooth as you can in landings. Like the more straight on you land, the faster your landing will be. Same with turns. Like if you want to be smooth on the controls and the turns. I missed that gate. I'm gonna send it all the way anyway. So it's really just about being smooth, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Be smooth. If you land a little sideways, you lose speed. Also finding like fast lines. A lot of it's about line choice.
Adam, there's a good question for Zach. Real quick, I'll say something to my son Julian, who's cranked intern on the other side. Julian, while you were at class at WVU today, our first stream where you are got throttled. There was a time when we only had like 2 or 3 people, and Joe saw that we had been pinged for some sort of a like content violation. We don't know what it was. He shut it down, restarted it again, and it seems like it's normal right now. So that's what happened while you were in your class today, Julian. I'll turn the comment about developing in Unity over to you, Zach.
Yeah, Adam, how did you get started with video game programming? I started long ago. Like we got some computers from the region. Like we're like an experiment, like giving all the kids a computer, a laptop, and I remember I wanted to make my own video games, and I downloaded a program called RPG Maker that could help you make your own RPG, and very, very, very old school style stuff, like 2D top-down stuff, pixel art and that kind of stuff. But yeah, then you could like program a little bit in it. It was very easy, and you would get a lot of help, like drag and drop style, but still made me learn the basics when I was like around 12 or something. And since then I never stopped, basically. So that's how it started. And nice that you want to try and code some basic stuff, physics stuff in Unity. It's definitely challenging, but you start small and then you grow bigger. That's always how you learn. and you also do code in Python, not C#. But from my point of view, everything translatable. Like you learn a language, you will always translate your knowledge in another, and after you master 3 programming languages, and another one is just like a little bit of different syntax, but nothing crazy really. But nice to see more people getting to video game programming. I think it's super fun, and I love that we see Unity is being something that helped so many people doing more games. And now we have Godot too in the mix. I think it's a super cool project. For those who know, Godot is like open source completely, and that helps, like people have already created super cool games with that. So yeah, more tools for people to make games is the best.
RX asks, when is the game going to come out? I mean, it's kind of out already because we're developing it in public, and we're doing a Patreon thing where you can support us on Patreon and play all the development builds. This is a pre-alpha build. We're about 175 days into this project. If you go to patreon.gg/cranked, you'll find all the details.
It's discord.gg, patreon.com.
What'd I say? Oh, God almighty. Why do we even try? I just need a button I can push, and it just brings up the URLs because I'll screw it all up every time.
I mean,
Sorry, man.
the URL's on the screen for everyone, so look at the URL on the screen and go there.
Yeah, right. Okay. Follow the URL on the screen. Thanks, Joe. I'll just say that from now on. And you find out how you can play it right now. But as far as like what we would consider global launch, it's hard to say. We're not sure yet. Josh says this looks awesome. Is it VR or is it just first person? It's not VR. It's first person, and we just added third person a couple weeks ago. We're still working on third person. And again, all these graphics, except for the bike, are pretty much placeholder. We focused on physics and trail building and just sort of the core of what we're doing first, and then we'll make it look prettier as we go. But if you ask the people who have been paying attention to us for the last few weeks, we move pretty quickly. Like come back in a week and the game will have something new, and 2 weeks it'll probably have something new again.
The guy
Sam,
in the middle
thanks
is
for the follow.
Zach, by the way. Zach is our programmer. Zach's the one who made this game come to life, so be nice to Zach.
Everyone is nice so far.
Skate Vids asks if it costs money. It does now, yeah. And I mean, it's never going to be a free to play game. You can play it now by supporting us on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. But even if you only want to try it for 1 month and then cancel your subscription, you'll still get to keep whatever build you get during that month. But we will have a free demo at some point, maybe in the next few months, hopefully. And then you can play it and see if you think it's worth it. We made free to play mobile games before. And, it was cool. Mad Skills Motocross and all those games. I think they're really good games. But Joe and I especially kind of got, we're kind of over making free-to-play games where you have to like put a bunch of ads in the game and figure out how to get people to spend money so your studio can stay alive. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to pull off. And now we get to just kind of make a game that we think is fun, and we're just going to charge a fair price for it. It's the approach we're going to take this time.
Trying to put together a good run for you guys, but go ahead, Zach.
Yeah.
It's interesting with the free-to-play thing, right? Like, of course, from the player point of view, you'd be like, what? I think it was some of that, right? That was interesting before. Like, what do you have against free-to-play? Like, do you like paying for stuff? And I can only say for myself. So right now, I'm not speaking for the Cranked or for the team or whatever. But yes, I like paying for stuff. So then I own them and I play them as I want. So that's my point of view. Like free play has its own merits and own values, but at least for developing, you remove a big portion of complexity. And we're a small team, Like when you make free play, you have to think about like how to make the people pay as they play, which adds so much complexity, right? We've been doing some of that in our previous games, and we know how hard it is. So I think that's interesting to look at all the sides of the different possibilities, that look at the different possibilities and situations, and see that you get balance, you get trade-offs, whatever you try to do.
Yep, good point. The game is called Crank. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Not on console yet, but we're on day 175 of developing this game. So we're developing it in public. You're seeing this game earlier than you would see most video games. So yeah, I saw somebody ask if we're going to improve the graphics for sure. Maybe Joe, when he's not on a burner, will show you the framework spike. That's really the only graphics that are close to final. Even the bike has some adjustments we have to make. But the environment and certainly the rider, this stuff is mostly placeholder, and it's going to look a lot different as we go.
Oh, come on. Oh, I messed up. Don't crash. Can I redo this?
Blink and Stop says, definitely work on the gravity because you're floating for a while. We've had discussions about this before. It's almost like you got to play it. I hear you, and we've heard it before, and it's a fair thing to say. But when you play it and you kind of get into the debates about the way it feels, you know, it maybe not as obvious as it seems when you're just watching it as when you actually play it. That's how I would put it. We're working on it though. The right balance.
Someone else saying the opposite. I remember someone saying like, "Oh, you get sucked into the ground so fast." So yeah, I mean,
yeah, you got to play it though. I mean, you kind of tell what it plays like when you watch it, but when you really play it, I think is when you get what we're doing. That's my take anyway. Sammy, thank you for the follow.
The reality, if you want to get technical, is that there is actually the gravity is much stronger than on Earth, and it gets stronger as you're jumping. So the gravity gets stronger and stronger the more you're in the air, which is very unrealistic from a physical point of view. But that made the game feel much more grounded. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Harry asks if we think MX Bikes is a good, realistic game. I think it's an awesome game, and I think the physics are the most realistic dirt bike physics I've ever seen.
Yeah, MX Bike's amazing. I was playing it before this, actually, because we're working on new camera settings now, and a lot of them were kind of taking inspiration from MX Bike, so I've been kind of playing back and forth and seeing how our stuff compares to them, and yeah, love MX Bikes.
Jackie Joe Boy asks if we can make a demo for console. I mean, we have a plan to make a demo for PC, but how does a demo for console work? Is that doable, or is it just too difficult? What's the deal with that?
I don't know, man. You're talking to a bunch of people who haven't shipped on console yet, so.
Yeah, we don't know. We've never. The original Mad Skills Motocross was a PC game, but that was years ago, and when that was being made on PC, I wasn't even involved in that company yet. None of us were. So. We don't know, man. We'll have to look into it. One thing at a time here on the small team. Lardo, thank you for the follow. Got a lot of follows. Thanks, guys, for the follows. Appreciate it. If you're watching and you're just discovering us, please consider following. We're a small indie developer team, self-funded. We all just kind of found as much money as we could and funded this thing, and we're trying to build it in public with radical candor. So if that type of thing is interesting to you, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can play right now. You'll see the Patreon address on the screen. And you can go there and pay for as little as $5 for a month, and you'll get all the updates we do over the course of the month, and you can play. We're also very active on Discord, as is our community, if you want to hang out. Or just follow us here and watch how we develop over time. We'll have a free demo, hopefully, within a few months.
If you play MX Bikes, you'll be at home with the controls. They're similar. It's a lot easier to learn and pick up. Ooh, that was a little sloppy and bouncy. But it's got similar vibes to MX Bikes. No, don't hit the tree.
You'll feel capable in this game the first time you play it. You know, you can sit down and have one gaming session, and you'll feel capable quickly.
Uh-oh.
That's one of the things I like about it.
All right, all over the place right now.
Yeah, Zug, you can ask something. Go for it, man. Have we tried the new skate game? I know Joe's been playing Skate 4 a good bit, Joe.
Yeah, we played it.
Might get some good inspo for that. Well, the ramp dropper was the inspo from Skate 4, right?
Yeah, I mean a bunch of games. Yeah, probably.
Well, I just know he mentioned specifically earlier that that's what made him propose the idea. I would put that in. So, is there realistic bike brands? Kale wants to know if there is realistic bike brands. Well, we're very early, but you can see the Frameworks bike rolling down the hill in that ragdoll just now. It's really the only art that we've actually made for this. Everything else is placeholder stuff that we'll replace with real art in time. But yeah, real brands will be very important to us in this game. We intend to include them. We made the Mad Skills mobile games as well, and if you guys know those games, you'll know how much work we've done with real brands. We will do the same here.
There you go. There's the Frameworks bike.
So dope.
It's got some things that need to be tweaked, but for the most part, it's good.
The rider is garbage placeholder stuff, so try not to pay attention too much to the human on the bike, but the bike itself is getting close.
And am I flying a drone around the map? Yes, I am. And you can use the drone to place markers. So if you want to go like session something, you can place a marker. You can also drop a ramp. So let's go over here and do some free ride. This part of the mountain doesn't look as pretty because we didn't decorate it, but who cares? Let's go have some fun.
Yeah, Max, you can live stream it Cranked if you get it, of course. In fact, if you're going to live stream, come over to Discord and let us know, and if we're available, we'll hop in and hang out with you when you do. We'll let the community know that you're streaming it as well too. That goes to everybody. You know, if you guys are into this game and you like streaming, do it up and let us know on Discord that you're doing it, and we'll make sure the community knows. So maybe we can help you get some people hanging out with you or us.
All right, let's see if I can make a line over here. Hoping I have enough speed to clear this into the drop, but we'll see. Nope.
You good? Oh. What was that edge right there you jumped over?
It's because there's two terrains coming together, I believe, and it's just kind of it's an area that we don't.
Fills in.
Yeah, see, look like you can actually go underneath into a new terrain. So now you're, look at that, you're under the map. There's probably some free ride lines down in here.
Probably, right?
Secret.
Yeah. What is? It's Adam asked like no jank Pebozo physics either. What's that?
Pebozo is the guys who make MX bikes. That's the developer, Pebozo. So I don't know what he's saying. But let's drop a ramp right here and see if we can do. Oh, maybe. No, maybe that won't work.
Yes, Alec, third person is on the Patreon. But I mean, this is the stuff we play is the same stuff that the Patreon community plays. Granted, what Joe's playing right now is the latest update that he's just kind of testing for the first time now. So this one we haven't released yet, but we will at some point, probably next week.
Trying to find somewhere good to put a ramp.
Tyler, for real, full customization, colored wheels, gold chain, black sprocket, stuff like that. Probably, yeah. We won't get into tuning suspension and making changes that affect the physics of the bikes. We'll have different kinds of bikes, enduro bikes, downhill bikes, etc., and they'll ride differently, but all downhill bikes will ride like all downhill bikes. We want competitive racing here. We don't want it to be about somebody's ability to set up their bike. I know a lot of people are into that in real life, but that's not what we're going for. But as far as cosmetically, that's important to us. We want people to feel like they can express their style and be themselves in the game, since this is going to be multiplayer, and that's going to be a big part of it. So yeah, definitely we want to make it to where you can make your stuff look the way you want. Go for it, Max. Going to do a stream now, man? Of course. Do it anytime you want to.
Hell yeah. Man, I'm slow on Fika these days. We do need to do a leaderboard reset. I do think some things may be changed. I don't know.
Yeah, probably some physics. A little tweaking or...
Austin asks, when is Steam out? Well, for starters, if y'all are listening or watching us right now, you can wishlist this on Steam right now, and it's really helpful for us when you do. So if y'all are feeling it and you want to kind of pay attention to what we've got going on and know when we release, say, early access, please consider wishlisting us over there. We think we're going to do a free demo on Steam, hopefully by the end of the year. We'll see. I mean, sometimes we give dates, but we're not being committal. We're a small team, and it all kind of depends on what we're able to pull off. But if all goes the way we want it to, we will have a demo that you can play on Steam by the end of the year. Hopefully. Thank you for the follow, guys. Much appreciated.
Too much scrub.
Aiden says, can we answer your question? I guess I thought I just did. Let me see. Did I miss it? Will there be a setting to remove the gray color from appearing? Aiden wants to know.
Yeah, let me do it right now. I will remove it for you.
There you go, Aiden.
I like it because when I'm doing runs, especially on a new track, and I see that gray, it means I was close to dying. So then it tells me like, all right, that spot, I need to be a little more careful. I'm on the limit in that spot. You know, it kind of lets you know when you're on the limit. Just like in real life, you know, you kind of feel when you're on the limit, and you kind of maybe feel your tire slipping in a corner or something. kind of lets you know you're on the limit. I feel like it's kind of a similar vibe.
George says, keep up the good work. This looks sick. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. These guys are crushing it. CHX says graphics are kind of bad right now. Yeah, it's a day 175 of us making this game, so we really haven't messed with graphics. The bike is pretty close to being finished, but mostly we're focusing on gameplay. We think it's a mistake to put a bunch of time into working on graphics and meta elements and things like that if you don't get the playability right, you know, the physics right. So because we're early, we're focusing on what we think is the most important thing. So you know, if you follow us, you'll see how that we're going to develop the graphics over time, and you'll see the first new rider here soon, for instance, maybe within the next couple weeks, I hope, and it'll really start developing from there, I think. But you're right, they do look rough right now, but it's just because it's all placeholder stuff. Thanks for the question.
Ah, almost. Can I at least get to the finish? Yeah.
There it is. Boom. Derby, thank you for the follow. A number of questions about VR. It's a good question. We get it a lot. We came into this. Joe was talking about making it on, you know, for PC and consoles after that. I don't think we ever had a conversation too much about VR in those days. You and I have had conversations about other VR games, Joe, but not this one. But so many people have asked it. It's gotten my attention anyway. A lot of people seem to be into it. So you never know. Maybe one day, possible. It's going to have to work on PC and console for us to entertain that. But if it does, then you never know. Not on PlayStation yet, but it will be eventually. And Tom wants to know, when does it come out? It's out. I mean, in a way, because we're developing it in public, and you can play it all through the development. So really, you can play the same thing he's playing right now. If you join our Patreon, you can see the URL on the screen there. But as far as like what we would consider global release, yeah, we're not really sure at this point. It's hard to say.
Yeah, Zach, I think next build would be nice to have like a lower limit on the camera.
Yeah, definitely. I'm watching it. I suffer every time the camera goes into
your nutsack.
Shorts. I'm like, oh. Nah, definitely. I mean, probably maybe not the top priority, but the top
Well,
three.
I feel like right now is like camera time, so I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I'd just like to just nail all the stuff down, move, and then, you know, tidy it up, move on to the next thing.
Maddie asks, what kind of controls does it have? I don't think you answered. I mean, we've answered it many times before, but I don't think you answered this particular question. Did you?
Not today. I can walk you guys through it right now.
I'll just finish. He says, is it like Descenders or Riders? And I guess you'll probably say it's a little more like MX Bikes control-wise, but I'll let you walk them through it. Joe.
Yeah, it's probably more like MX Bikes, but a lot easier to learn than MX Bikes. So here, this is left stick, left and right. Turns the bars. So that's how you do most of your turning, is with the left stick. Left stick forward and backward is how you change your rider's weight. Like that's how you would wheelie or lean down, you know, like going down a steep section or like a lot of rocks and roots. Maybe you want to lean back, pop the front wheel over, or back flips, front flips in the air. So that's all the left stick. The right stick leans the bike. We're still working on that. It'll get better once the rider animations are in. But if you combine both sticks leaning, you know, you can get like super sharp low turns. So that's what the right stick left and right is doing. It's also very helpful in the air because you can like jump into a berm and kind of lean the bike and land in the berm. And then right stick forward and backward is how you jump, pump, crouch, kind of suck the bike up. Like, look, if you're going to case a jump on the right stick, you can like pull the bike up into you, or you can push it out, you know, so you can kind of move things around that way. And then pedals on one trigger, brakes on the other trigger. And that's basically the main controls, and you're in full control, so you're kind of just whipping the bike around. Let me give you guys a different view here. I'm still messing with all these new camera settings, and I can't figure out what I like.
Oh, and Rupert asked, what are your camera settings on the game? So, and here you go, man. This is these are the settings Joe currently has, but he's constantly changing them. So am I, actually.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't know. Like, I kind of like a lower FOV, and I like to see the bars, but I don't like to see the hands. Plus, Zach, that's the other thing I wanted to tell you is whenever I'm changing camera settings, I feel like I want it to be this view. Like the view of, I don't know. A lot of times I go to change them, and then when I go back into the game, it
Yeah, it's not the
moves.
correct one.
Yeah. But I kind of like when it, I don't like when it's too far back because then like the hands look weird. So I like when it's kind of uptight. And I kind of like when it's lower, but I don't like that it can sink too low now. So lately I've been putting it a little bit higher. Tilt factor I like at 0. Lock to bike is a new one. So I'm still kind of messing with that. And then FOV, I don't know. I like 95 to like 105 range. I'm going to open it up for you guys, because you could see a little bit better of what I'm doing. But anyway, back to control. So it's all free physics. If you want to do like spins or whatever, some of the camera stuff. See, I think that's this lock to bike setting. I feel like that's making things. I feel like if you have lock to bike and the tilt both at 0, it does weird stuff in the air. See, now this feels too stiff. I don't know. We're still dialing in the camera stuff, guys. You're seeing us test this version for the first time live on stream. So, but yeah, controls are all like free physics based. You just kind of move the bike around, do what you want. You can flip, you can spin, you can wheelie, you can scrub. We probably won't have different tires, and I mean maybe we'll see. But I don't really love like setup type stuff like tire pressures and suspension tuning and all that. I prefer when everyone's on a level playing field. So that way, you always know it was pure skill if you won or lost. It had nothing to do with your setup or your bike or anything like that.
Ribeye over. Did I just see that you got like top 10 on a track after playing only for 2 days? Is that accurate? If that's the case, that is surprising.
Yeah, it's pretty good. No bar spins or
good.
tricks like that yet. We'll work on that stuff later, probably after 1.0 version.
See you, Nat, man. Good night, man.
Trying to focus on core riding, racing, all that kind of stuff first before we add in a bunch of tricks.
Gage had top 2 on Catless Groton.
Damn.
Within 24 hours of playing, he said. That's impressive.
So you can, the right stick, like right there, with the right stick you can lean. So like if you jump into a berm, you kind of lean the bike into the berm. Super intuitive, I don't know. It's super fun to me.
Spindrift. Thank you for the follow, Spindrift.
But you get to use both sticks. Like some of these sharper turns, I'm engaging both sticks. Sometimes only one.
Zug is asking if it's going to be for free. We'll do a demo, probably on Steam, and hopefully we're kind of hoping we can get to it this year. We'll see how quickly we can get out. We think a demo is going to make it. We just think a lot more people are going to play. We really believe in this game. Like with our experience is that sometimes people see it and they don't realize it's a super early build. We've only been working on it for 175 days now. So sometimes people think it looks like other games or the graphics don't look very good or whatever. And those things might be true at this point, actually. But it plays a lot different. And we really want to get a demo out there so we can kind of, when people ask that question, we can just kind of be like, play it, see what you think. So... But it's always going to be a premium. We're not going to do a free-to-play game or anything like that, because when you do that, you still have to stay in business, right? So when you do that, you have to make money in other ways. And then it like Zach was saying earlier today, it's a lot more complicated. It's not as fun to make. We just want to make something great and charge a fair price for it. And that way, when you get it, you have it. And you don't have to worry about us trying to get more money from you, basically. Kale wants to know, will there be any races from the World Cups? We're so early in this that we're not really to that point yet, but we've done that in the Mad Skills games we made. We made Mad Skills Motocross and Mad Skills BMX and Snowcross in those games. And, there were always replicas or tracks inspired by real world tracks. And we always worked with real brands too. We come from action sports, so we know the importance of brands and all that stuff. So yeah, we'll do our best. We haven't talked to those promoters or anything yet, but we would like to have some real courses in the game for sure, real trail systems and all that stuff. It's got to fit. A lot of that stuff could come from the modding community too, because we will have modding in this game too. We've got a map now that we have to build on, so we couldn't just add any real world trail on this map because it's shaped like it's shaped. Yes, Trent, we made Mad Skills Motocross 1, 2, 3. We made Mad Skills BMX. If you guys like Mad Skills, if you know this game and you like it, Cranked is so Mad Skills like dynamically. You know that whole thing where like you play, you're just trying to perfect your line and you're constantly restarting and you get pissed off because you screw up. You had a burner going and you blow it, and then eventually you finally succeed and you better your time and you want to scream because you're so pumped about it. That's what Cranked is like. You can tell that this is made by the Mad Skills guys if you know both games. Cat says Mad Skills 3 is amazing. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. One loves glass. Thanks, man.
See a lot of Descenders comments. It's not Descenders. It's not literally Descenders. It's literally not Descenders. But if you're curious more about that, you can watch the first pin post on our page. Obviously, it looks a lot like Descenders because we're both using Unity and it's a mountain bike game, and a lot of our assets are placeholder right now. So it has similar look to it, but it feels nothing like Descenders. Our goals are nothing like Descenders. The physics are nothing like Descenders. The core loop is nothing like Descenders. Literally nothing other than it's a mountain bike game, and Unity is similar than Descenders. The controls are kind of similar. That's maybe the only other thing.
We've got so many of our Mad Skills people popping off right now that I want to kind of address that a little bit more. I'm stoked to see you guys here, but I got one from Colin that moves me a lot, and it means so much to me when I hear stuff like this. Colin, he says, Mad Skills literally carried my childhood. I think making games that people love is a privilege and is an amazing thing because I think we're bringing something good into the world that gives people joy. It's just a game, yeah, sure. But here's somebody who says, I was a kid, I was playing your game, it was meaningful to me. That means so much. It's like the reason I think I've always wanted to do this. So thanks for saying that. Appreciate it. If you guys were into our Mad Skills games, you know that we make competitive racing games. I would encourage you to wishlist us on Steam, please. Follow us and consider supporting us on Patreon. You can play this stuff right now, and you'll see what I mean. It's a very Mad Skillsy game, for sure.
Also, can you see through butt cheeks and Descenders? Probably not, but I can in Cranked, so that's exciting. And I failed. I'm a failure, guys, but I'm going to finish the run just because this track's fun.
Yeah, Klondike says the feeling of finally getting that Red Bull helmet. That was always so fun doing that. Angelo and Colin, thank you guys for the follow very much. Corbin Ramsey would compete against his dad in Mad Skills Motocross too. Also cool.
Change the audio volume from game. Are you asking to, like, if we could have a volume slider, or are you talking about something with the stream right now? We will add like volume settings and sliders and stuff at some point, yeah. That's probably pretty easy to throw in there, Zach, just like an overall volume slider right now, because I know a lot of people have been asking for that.
Yeah, it's on my to-do list. It's just a big list.
Yeah, Zach is the one programmer on this project, so, you know, things take time. But Zach's also put all this together in 75 days or something, which is pretty incredible.
Earl and Jacob, thanks for the follow. If you guys are hanging out with us and don't follow us, consider it, please. The game is Cranked. See it on the screen there? Cranked. Cranked game on the socials, if you want to follow. B, thank you for the follow.
30 miles an hour through here. What is that in kilometers an hour? I feel like that was good.
50.
Yeah, then I'm
52,
flying.
I think. Daniel MTB wants to know how you buy it. You support us on Patreon. You'll see the URL on the screen. We're in pre-alpha right now, very early, and we're helping to fund it. It's a self-funded game. We're helping to fund it with a Patreon community, and you can play, the builds that we release if you support us. So just follow that link, and you can get the details if you want to play now. And we should have a free demo within a few months, hopefully.
Oh, man. Slow today. What do you guys want to see? You want me to go race another track? You want to see some free riding, tech tracks, flowy track? Well, I mean, what do you guys want to talk about?
Rebuy really wants you to try to go in Prancers.
Prancer?
I think that's There was someone rebuy MTB saying like, Joe, try to beat my time in Prancer.
Hey, what's
or
your time?
Paper Wing."
If you tell me your name, I'll select you on the leaderboard and race against you, whoever that was.
Name is Rebuy.
Ribeye, race paper wings. Let's see. I wonder if you're ribeye in here. Ribeye right here. Dude, you're just going to smoke me.
Yeah, Ribba's the one who's been playing for 48 hours.
All right, that's insane. Let me attempt to beat you. So guys, once you see split, there's only one split on this track, but once you see the split time, it's now comparing my time against Ribeye's time. That's how our multiplayer stuff works. We don't want to have ghosts and stuff. That's a design decision because we like the suspense you get in between splits, not knowing if you're up or down. Like sometimes you feel like you're on a really good run, and then you hit that split and you see it's a green number, which means you're up, and you get all excited, and then the next split's maybe red, and then, you know, that kind of thrill and excitement is what we're going for. If you have a ghost always there, you always know if you're up or down, and it's not as exciting, it's not as thrilling and fun. And I missed a gate. All right, let's try to start again. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the restart stuff. It's weird. It's like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Harvey asks if it's on Steam. You can wish list this on Steam, and it's super helpful to us when you do. So if y'all are seeing this and are so inclined, please consider wish listing us on Steam. Right now, it's only available through our Patreon. Eventually, we will do early access, maybe a playtest, early access for sure on Steam too. So if you want to wish list it, you'll be connected, and maybe follow us here too to watch it develop. We're on day 175 right now of making this game. It's very early.
This jump right here is maybe my favorite jump. Look at this. You just do a left scrub. If you do it right, I think I missed the gate. No, I'm good. Like, it's just so satisfying to do that.
Hey, Joe, I want to read to you a string of comments from Zachary Weston. I know that because I know this is all sort of a driving thing for you, and he's talking about things you and I have talked about, but I'm going to kind of go back to where he started it. He said, first of all, he said, Cranked is such a goated name for this. And I've been meaning to ask. I never did notice who came up with the name Cranked. I know I came up with Session Syndicate. You came up with Cranked, Joe?
I think I came up with Crank. Or one of us on the team came up with Crank, and then I sent a list to my buddy Richie at Rad Dog and also my buddy Chris, who I ride with. And I can't remember if it was Chris or Richie. I'd have to go back and look at our text messages. But one of them said Crank, but put ED, make it Cranked.
Cool. And then also Zachary said, watching you play, it transports me to like the pure nostalgia time of life, circa PS2.
Hell yeah.
And he also said when games were just at their pure pinnacle, this is so killer. Joe and I've been talking, I was just in El Paso with Joe last week, and we had a big conversation. I was talking about how this feels nostalgic to me. Now, keep in mind, these graphics are placeholders, so the graphics are going to change. But I think this game is very nostalgic, especially in the way we're approaching it. You know, we're taking a really simple, straightforward approach to making this game. But Joe, how do you respond to Zachary's comments there?
I love it. I mean, that's kind of, you know, I know some people say our game looks like a PS2 game as an insult, but I agree, man. Like, we're trying to go old school. We're trying to make it buy once, you get everything, premium game. Just all we care about is fun, you know. So I like that comment. Thank you. Appreciate it. And it's kind of what we're going for.
Also, thanks to all the followers that we got here.
Oh, my new personal best, but I didn't beat you. So let's see where we are on the leaderboards now. Let's switch to leaderboard view.
Might be mine.
Our guy Max is streaming now on, and put a link in the media channel of our Discord, by the way, crew. So if you guys want to check his stuff out.
Nice. All right, so we improved. We improved a little bit. We still got more to do.
Yeah, Zachary, thanks for that comment. It's cool that you recognize that. It's important to us. And it's cool that you picked up on it. Very good.
You get a bit of extra room if you leave the ramp extended without really jumping. I don't know. I'm not sure I understand that. Maybe that will help you, Joe. That was Captain Jack's little tip.
What up, Seth.com? We do know what the Hall of Meat is. Yes, we've talked about that, and others have suggested that as well. It's a cool idea.
Come on.
Hey, Noob, have you tried it, Noob? I wonder. I think the username says it all, actually.
Yeah, he's just a noob.
Yeah.
But also, one thing that we try to do here, and I think all you guys should try to do, you know, spread positivity and love, not hate. Everything you do in life. That's, you know, you want to make yourself feel better, make others feel better. That's what you do. You spread positivity, love, not hate. Got enough hate in this world. We don't need to keep spreading that nonsense around.
I find it encouraging that most do spread love. You know, in the community we've met so far, we've met so many cool people who realize that this is a game that's young and that we're developing it the way we are, and I appreciate it. It's cool.
Noob, we got enough games like this. I could tell you right now, the amount of players who've played this, who've said this is the first mountain bike game I've played that makes me actually feel like I'm riding my mountain bike. I can't even count how many times people have said that to us, so I would disagree with you. The reason we made this game in the first place was because I've been mountain biking, riding bikes my whole life, and I never felt any of the games felt like mountain biking. They're mountain bike games, but they don't actually feel like riding. The physics are off, the trails are off, the trails are all smooth as I race a smooth trail. But, you know, riding's about tech and rough lines and line choice and racing and all these other things that a lot of these other games miss. So we're doing something different. We've got different plans. We're less than 6 months into this thing, you know, but if you like the other games, go play the other games. And, you know, no need to sit here and hate on someone else's passion.
Comes with the territory when you develop in public, though, because you show the game to people way before anybody else ever would. You know, people don't understand that you focused on certain elements, and other elements are just stuff you've put in place until you get to it. Just kind of comes with the territory. It's all right.
Yeah, haters gonna hate. It's a good sign.
We do want to.
We're
Put
up.
this on console. Yeah. Go, man.
See.
We do want to put this on console. Yeah, we're starting with PC, but then we'll move to console after that.
Who am I racing? Ribeye? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, ribeye. Yep.
Oh, I think I lost time.
Yeah. You're such
man.
a good start. Focus, Joe, said Aaron.
Seriously. I like this. I like racing against someone in chat. We need to do this more often. You guys need to give me times or, you know, let me know your names on the leaderboards and I'll just race against you and see if I can beat you.
Aiden, thank you very much. Says this is the first time he's seen us live. Loves what we're doing with the community. Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
This feels slow.
Do you hang out over on Discord at all, I wonder?
Techie trails? Yeah, let me show you a techie trail, Liam. There's a little offshoot on this trail, actually, that turns tech. So I'll just hit that. And we'll be adding a lot more tech, especially like North Shore style with like wood stuff and all kinds of stuff. But this is like, oh, of course I crashed right there. Let me try again. Descenders is not free, actually. You need, it's free. I mean, it's on Xbox Games Pass, but you got to pay for Xbox Games Pass. Otherwise, you'd have to pay for it on all the other platforms.
Yeah. It would be, I wonder, would it be fun to end up on the Xbox Pass too, right? That would be pretty cool. I don't know. Is that a good deal or not? I guess it is.
I think it depends, yeah. So
Cooper wants to know if the mods will be on PC only or console as well. I mean, I got to think.
Well, the plan is cross-platform modding, so you won't be able to actually create mods on console. Like you know, to create mods, you have to have Unity on a computer and kind of know how to use Unity and do all that kind of stuff. But we'll have a mod browser where when people on PC upload their mods, you'll be on console. You'll be able to download those mods and play them. So you'll be able to play mods on all the consoles, but you won't be able to like create them unless you're on a computer on Unity. So there's a little tech action for you. I'm gonna keep trying to beat Ribeye. I don't even know if you're still here, Ribeye, but I'm going for you.
Thugmeister says, by modding, do we also mean map making? Yeah, but we definitely will have modding in the game to where people, you know, with some programming skills can make maps and maybe some other elements of the game too. But we also would like to have more of a map building tool that anybody can use, even if they don't have much programming knowledge. We'd like to do that too, but modding will come first. Oh, and thanks for the follow, Zachary. Thank you, man.
Oh, Ribeye's over there too. Or maybe he's only over there.
Money Son says finally realistic rocks in the mountain bike game, and we're just getting started on all that too. I mean, you know, the environment's still very much a work in progress at this early stage. So I'm glad you're appreciating it. But yeah, the rocks are fun to ride in this game.
I just got sick of playing other games where like all the trails are more like this trail. Actually, I mean, this trail's super fun, but a lot of other mountain bike games, these are the only types of trails they have. If you notice, like they're always very smooth. If they look rough, they're actually not technically rough. Like they might have like a rough texture on it, but the actual mesh is still smooth. I don't know. To me, mountain bike riding is mostly not on smooth terrain. It's mostly on very rough terrain. So we, you know, we spent a lot of time trying to make the physics work well on rough terrain, simulate what it's like to like ride over rocks and roots and all that stuff. Let me back out of race mode and I'll show you guys some other trails that I feel have like a more realistic vibe to them. Like this trail right here is kind of single track, get some roots and stuff. You know, you can feel all these things.
Liam says he feels like MX bikes would be something to look at. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's.
We look at it all the time.
I come from the motocross industry myself. I've known about this game for a long time. Joe's played it. It was an inspiration here in some ways. So yeah,
I was literally playing it right before the stream, getting ideas for camera stuff actually. Man, I feel like I always get a camera setting I like and then I change it and now I forget what my good setting was. The setting that I had to use that video I posted the other day that kind of popped off. I feel like those were my favorite, but I forget what they were. But even here, like,
go ahead, Joe.
I'm just saying, even here, like the ground is bumpy and there's like, you know, it looks kind of smoothish, but it's not. Like when you ride it, you could feel all the little crevices and bumps, and that's kind of what we're going for.
Yellow says, can I play on PC with a controller? I'm talking about right now, not in the future. Yeah, you could play this on PC with a controller right now. Oh, you just go to the Patreon, which you'll see the actually you don't have the wrap up on the screen right now, Joe. Here it comes. You'll see the Patreon address on the screen here, and you can go there and you can subscribe. The lowest paid tier, which is only $5, will get you everything we release over the course of that month, and you get to keep it for good. You can play it right now. This build we haven't released to the players yet because we just got it ourselves before the stream and Joe's testing it for the first time, but we'll release it probably next week.
Yeah, we need to iron out some bugs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Someone asked the development difference between creating an in-game track builder versus letting people mod tracks.
It's a good question for you, Zach. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very different. Like, basically, if you make an in-game editor where you let people build tracks in-game, you almost doubled the amount of work compared to letting people mod the tracks. Like, it's like making a game inside of a game. Like, think like, oh, how hard would it be to make Mario and Mario Maker at the same time? I don't know. You see, maybe with that example. So yeah, much easier, much more straightforward to just let people create a mod kit and let people have fun in Unity. But you know, I would be stuck to make a track builder, but that would come much later if it ever comes. But that would be super sick. I feel like it would let a lot more people build tracks for sure.
Oh, almost went OTB there.
Yep.
Mike, you got banned. Thank you for the follow. If y'all are hanging out with us and you feel like watching a game get developed in public, please consider following us or wish listing us over on Steam. It's very helpful. Austin says the people saying it's a knockoff of Descenders need to realize how unrealistic Descenders is. I mean, it's just different. It's just so different. It's certainly not a knockoff of that game, but it's just because the graphics are so early and people are seeing these placeholder graphics. But if you play it, it doesn't feel anything like any other game. It's for sure.
Yeah. Does it feel more realistic, Joe, physics-wise?
Than Descenders?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
then all of them.
I mean, that was the whole goal. Yeah, we'd be
100%.
failing if,
Right.
at my mission here if it didn't.
So if someone says like, "Oh, Descenders is unrealistic," then I think we definitely are on track to getting something more grounded, more realistic than Descenders.
Yeah, for sure.
X2 Sky wants to know if you're going to add like wood sounds when going over planks. We haven't done too much audio design yet. We want to do
Yes.
all sorts of cool audio design to make this game immersive and make it just feel awesome when you're riding it. Yeah, but just not yet. We're going to get the physics and the gameplay right and get our groove and trail building and all that stuff, and we'll get to those kind of details later.
Yeah, I'd love to hear like the. I don't know how it sounds, but I definitely want to hear some wood sounds when I'm on wood.
Yeah.
Don't crash. We're good. We're good. Not a great time, but we're getting there. I haven't made it to the bottom of a track in a while, it feels like, so let's just try to get that done. Oh, did I just miss that?
Oh, I think you missed that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to keep cruising. Wouldn't have been
Some
a better
questions
time.
about graphics right now. Darts is asking how advanced they're going to get, and I saw Charlie asks if we're going to fix the arms. Yeah, really the only graphic that we've worked on a lot is this bike, the Frameworks bike. If you guys are mountain bike people, you'll know what Frameworks is. That's the art we've really done. Most of the environment and certainly the rider, it's all placeholder stuff. We're going to make it all look better, but we're not going to go crazy realistic. We're going for a painterly, as our artist Maggie calls it, sort of cozy style. We want it to be pretty, and also the more realistic, like hyper realistic you try to make the graphics, the harder it is to get it to run smoothly. And we want this thing to run well for people without having like a quantum computer at home. So we're going to find something that looks cool, and that's what we're going for. Yeah.
Zach, do you want to talk about the whole arms thing and why they're like that, and how you plan to fix it, or do we plan to fix it? I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are on that.
Well, right now I'm using like a Unity asset rider, and it was quite hard even to get the arms to clip and like to get the camera, because the camera is inside of the rider's head right now. So we need somehow for the camera to not show parts of the rider. Okay, otherwise the game would be unplayable. But right now it's a very, very quick band-aid that we put together with Maggie to like mask out some parts of the rider, but it's far from being good. I don't really like this solution at all. So the goal is, once we have the rider that Maggie's working on, we have full control over what we display or not, depending on the different camera, like third person or first person. And I think that, you see, different games do it differently, but I think Descenders, what they do is that they clip the arms, like they get gradually showing or something, but they still...
Yeah. Same with Mavericks.
Same with Mavericks. What about MX bikes?
MX bikes, I forget. I don't think... Could boot it up real quick, but I don't. I think you see the whole arms in MX bikes.
Okay. Well,
LH asks us if the rider's gonna pull the brakes.
Yeah, they will.
When you brake.
Yeah,
we just
true.
haven't done these animations. We haven't even done the rider yet, let alone the rider animations yet. So we're just getting started on the art stuff, guys.
Yeah, but I think that the best would be to do like Mavericks, like Descenders, but just make it look better than what it is right now. Like make the arms gradually appear or something.
Why can't we just...
that looks better?
I don't know. I'd rather see everything and make it more like a GoPro, where like the camera's attached outside the body, and we change the camera angles and the FOV to make it so that the camera doesn't have to be in the body, and you actually do see like a realistic view.
Yeah, but if you can move forward, like if you can choose the seat height, and like how do we make it so that it's still tied to the body?
Yeah, we'll have to look at MX bikes too and see what they're doing. Because they have a lot of
Dustin,
camera
thank you.
settings, but it still looks good.
Thanks for the follow, Dustin. He asks if we've launched games before. We have a bunch. I've launched Mad Skills Motocross 1, 2, and 3, Mad Skills BMX 1 and 2, Mad Skills Snowcross, and Mad Skills Rallycross. So the Mad Skills mobile games, if you guys know those games, this is the OG team from there. If you know what those games are like to play dynamically, this game feels a lot like those games, I would say. So yeah, we've only launched mobile games to date. This will be the first time we've launched, other than the original Mad Skills Motocross. That was PC back in the day. So yeah, kind of a new experience, but we've been down this road before. Thanks for the follow, Michael. And Noah.
Yeah, Reba, I love Mad Skills games. So
Nice.
So
Oh. Ooh, we're up. We're in the green lights. Let's go. See if I can hold it together.
Isaiah says, thanks for the awesome games over the years. Thank you. That's a good way to talk to people sometimes who want to know how we're different than the other games. If you've never seen Cranked before, but you've played Mad Skills games before, and you've played all the other bike games, imagine if those bike games felt like you're playing a Mad Skills game. You know, does playing Descenders feel like you're playing a Mad Skills game? Playing Crank does.
Oh.
It's quite different. So a lot of Mad Skills in this game for sure.
I mean, the racing format we have here right now. Let me show you guys the leaderboards. A lot more Descenders comments, but this whole
so
racing
cow.
structure that we have isn't even in Descenders. Like, we have a heavy focus on racing, like trying to really mimic UCI downhill World Cup style racing. We've already got leaderboards in the game here. Oh, am I fourth on this track? Really? Dang, we need to like get first place here. So anyway, I'm grinding this one track. So that's one big difference from Descenders is our focus on racing. They just added racing, but it's still only within parties. It's not on a global scale. There's no global leaderboards. There's none of that kind of stuff. But the physics are completely different. It's more grounded, more grippy. Descenders is very slippery, in my opinion. Doesn't feel like real riding. Feels like
We
I'm on
don't know
ice.
when consoles will come out. We don't know. We're developing this thing in public, and we're just working on PC at first. So console eventually, but we've got to get PC done first. We're not sure.
I wonder if my mom's still in the chat. Ma, you still hanging out, dude?
DKB, thank you for the follow, man. Colton, wondering about the difference between this and other games. There's a. Where did you pin the video about that, Joe? At the top of.
Top of our TikTok feed is
Okay.
the video comparing us,
Right.
talking about us versus
Yeah.
Descenders.
And you're on TikTok. So yeah, if you go to the top of our feed, you'll find a video where we talk about that. You can get more info. We get asked it so much that if we answer every time somebody asks us that, it's the only thing we'll talk about on this stream. So we just made a video, so you can check that out. It'll answer it for you, I think.
All over the place.
And
now.
soon we'll have a free demo. You can just try it and see the difference. But it feels so different, very different. Way grippier, way flowier. Mad skillsy in the way you attack the leaderboards. It's very different. We don't know how much it's going to be when it comes out, guys. We're not sure.
Bruh.
yeah, someone asked if CLBR, Zach, would it be possible to parameterize the suspension physics while in alpha? Being able to fuck around with rebound compression would be cool. And I mean, we don't want that for the end game for sure, right? We want everyone to be on the same bike. But on alpha, which means that it would just be for like testing around and finding the best setting. That's interesting. Why not? I think might be a bit too much. Like the idea is also that people still on alpha do competition, so like it would kind of be a bit messy with the leaderboard. I don't know, Joe. What's your take on that?
I'm fine like putting some sliders in certain builds, even if that build is up for like 2 weeks and the leaderboards are kind of screwed because of it. It's still fun, and then we could see what is the fastest, and I think it'd be fine. If it wasn't too much work for you, maybe we end up finding a better settings.
Yeah, maybe, right? So yeah, well, CLBR, that answers your question. So yeah, we might throw in a few sliders just like something simple, a bit of like stiffness, compression, rebound, a few sliders like that. If that can help finding the best settings for everyone then to play, that would be sweet.
Yeah. We need to work on the over the bars, like crash detection stuff too. Like you saw when I hit that root and just like stopped. I feel like that needs to be a
Yeah, I saw you.
over the bars crash.
Bounced back where you came from.
There is not only going to be first person. We actually have third person. There we go. Third person. Third person is brand new. We just put it in a couple of weeks ago, so it's very much a work in progress. But there'll be first and third person.
Yeah, the reason it's I don't show it is because our rider's not in here yet, and this rider's very stiff and not animated, so it looks really janky. So I don't really show third person a ton, but it's here. But Maggie's tidying up the rider right now, and once she's done with that, actually she sent a version of it to Zach already, so Zach next week can start working on the new rider, getting all that stuff figured out. So right now we're kind of working on rider, camera, animations, making it look good. That's the next probably month or so. How long do you think it'll take you, Zach? Just a guess. I know it doesn't, not going to hold you to it, but how long do you think it'll take to get all the third person stuff figured out?
Like everything, camera and rider animation and
Yeah.
and that. Oh, I think a month before it looks nice, and then a lifetime before we're. But I think I could get something like cooked enough in a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Cruz asks if we're going to do suspension and animation on the bikes. I mean, we already have them. It's a work in progress. Joe was showing it earlier.
It's
on there.
moving.
Well,
Yeah, it's moving.
yeah. But, you know, don't consider anything in this game final. We're on day 175 of making this game, so nothing's final.
We're on a run.
Yeah, you got it. Everything is subject to change at this point. That's what we, you know, there's so many people playing it right now via our Patreon that we take feedback from people, and when we start to find consensus on things, we make it better.
Oh, come on.
Colton says, when do you think it'll be out if you had to guess? I mean, it's kind of out already, you know? Like, you can play it now. So it's a little different the way we're doing it because we're releasing it all along the way. So I guess if the question is when do we think we'll consider it like a global launch or a early access or something, it's going to be a little while still, but, you know.
You still got that. You still got that mobile gaming talk in you, Brian. You got to quit with the global launch thing. That's not a...
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Man, I'm not going to... yeah, whatever.
It's funny, but
I made a lot of mobile games for a long time. So
technically it's global. I mean, anyone from anywhere can get it now.
Yeah.
But I think a year from early, you know, our goal is to launch early access in a year, but we'll see what happens. I feel like we're slowly slipping behind a bit.
H says, hasn't checked in a while. Looks crazy compared to last time you saw. In what way do you mean that, H? When you say it looks crazy compared to the last time, what do you mean? Probably you didn't see the Frameworks bike last time you were here. If it's been a while, I'm guessing. That's one way, maybe. Customizable items for rider and bike. Yeah, there will be for sure. We want everybody to be able to express themselves and feel like an individual in the game. So we'll have lots of ways you can customize your look. Kevin Powell says, looks dope. Thanks, man. Consider following. Hey guys, if you're listening, you know, please consider wish listing us on Steam. It's really helpful when that happens, and you know, it's easy. So if you feel like it.
And I lost a lot of time down at this bottom section. I know I failed anyway, but it's getting worse and worse as I go down the mountain.
Liam says, looks sick realistic, but also fun at the same time. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we go for, is like elements of realism, but priority on fun. Like realism is not fun if it makes it less fun by default, I guess. But no Marin frames in the game. All we have so far in the game, bike-wise, is Frameworks, which I think is one of the coolest bikes in the world.
There you go. Super detailed. Maggie did a great job. Like, look at some things we're tweaking still, but
there it is.
for the most part, it's like crazy crazy detailed.
Gives you an idea art-wise what we're going for. The riders, complete jank, and placeholder at this point, of course.
See their Frameworks logo on the head tube there? You can even see the welds.
It's awesome.
And you can fly drones. This is our big open world map we're working on. It's pretty huge. Got a bunch of trails on it, as you can see, but we're adding more every month. So every month, our goal is 3 new trails.
Esky, no, we won't have changing the suspension setup or doing too much setup stuff like that, because we want an even playing field. We'll have different kinds of bikes, but we won't have, you won't be able to tune your bike in the game.
Ooh, look at that. Little half cab.
That was sweet.
Thanks for the follows. Got a bunch of follows. Appreciate it, guys.
Ooh. Boom. It's all free physics based too.
Are we considering adding a sort of track builder mode? Yeah, modding will be a big part of the game, and we would love to take modding even farther and have an in-game track builder that anybody can use eventually. If you have modding skills, yeah, we'll open that up during the development process, actually.
Let's try a little free ride line here that I like. Where am I? All right, there we are. Tactical water bottle. Deployment capabilities. I wish it did. Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
That Cowie guy, my moto guy's over here. Thank you for the rose, man.
Oh, come on. Let's try it again. Where am I now? Oh, now I'm in a totally different area. Never mind. Let's go session this. This has been a long stream. Should we,
Yeah, thanks. I just want to ask Cowie guy real quick. You on a KX250? Is that what you're riding? Yeah, I'm about good. I got to go get dinner here soon, Joe.
Yeah. I was going to go on a bike ride, but I'll postpone that maybe tomorrow morning.
Multiplayer for sure, Oblivion. And not yet, but it's a big part of the plan, and we talked about it earlier in the stream, so it's a very important thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
What's
I want to...
your favorite trail, Joe?
Depends on what I want to do. If I want to like actual race and have it feel like a proper UCI racetrack, I would say my favorite would be Siggy Stardust. If I want to have fun and throw some like steezy whips and scrubs, my favorite would be Paper Wings.
Oh, okay.
Joe, we got a good comment from Gap King. You're going to like this one. I'm a professional drone pilot. If you guys want me to test your drone mode. Now, you wouldn't want to test our current drone mode, but as we develop our drone mode as we really want it to be, that could be very helpful, Joe.
Yeah, like, I mean, as you can see, I've got my FPV radio here. And at some point, I want to get a proper FPV drone in this thing, like full-on drone sim, and let players get in here and like chase their friends around with a drone. So that's the plan. So yeah, once we get working on that, got to get you in here helping test.
Cool.
I don't think that'll come until, after kind of 1.0 version. That's probably like a stretch goal for us, something we need to wait till after the game's fully out, see how the game's performing. But that's like high on my priority list, is to try to get that in the game somehow.
Hey, Gap King, if you're interested, it'd be great if you join us on Discord and just kind of introduce yourself to Joe and me and let us know. Let's talk to you directly over there. We'd love to talk more about it later.
Is there going to be health bars and stuff so you can have to eat energy and race? Not in the downhill stuff. If this game takes off and we end up doing other ideas, I used to cross country race a bunch. And I feel like if we did a cross-country style race thing, then you would have energy levels. You would be eating, drinking, grabbing bottles as you come by. There'd be a mechanic to like try to grab it. Like you would have your mechanic handing you the bottle, but I mean also like a mechanic in the game to like pass off stuff and eat goos and manage your shifting and all that kind of stuff as a cross-country race. I think that'd be cool. But for downhill stuff, there won't be any of that.
Thank you for the follow, for the rose, Cole. Appreciate that. I'm just going to answer one last question I saw from Cole. He says, "Are you going to add?" You didn't just answer this question about challenges, did you? And I was zoning out.
I don't think so.
Okay. Are you going to add challenges to complete to get better bikes later on? Definitely challenges.
Yep.
Will they be to get better bikes, Joe? Is
Yep.
that how you see it working?
Yep. Our plan is to, our hope is to get a bunch of different branded bikes. So the way it's going to work is you won't, And yeah, let's get into this. Right now we've got the Frameworks bike, but the plan is that we'll do other complete bikes, and there'll be different categories like downhill, enduro, trail. You won't be able to like mix and match parts and all this stuff, mainly because we have one artist, and for us to do like every bike component in the world and different forks and saddles and all that stuff, and you can like customize your own bike. That's like AAA style where you've got like a team of 50 artists working on it. We have one. So our hope is that we can get other replica bikes from other brands. Like maybe we get the Santa Cruz V10 and whatever. Maybe there's like 5 or 10 different kind of branded bikes you could get. You go to the bike shop at the bottom. It tells you what you need to do to unlock that bike. There won't be in-game currencies and all that stuff. You won't be able to like spend money to buy it faster. None of that nonsense. It'll have like probably a list of achievements or challenges you got to complete, or maybe there's like 12 on there and you've got to complete like 8 of the 12 to unlock the bike. And then you can kind of like put the bike as like your like mark it as a thing you want to work towards. And then when you're out in the environment, you'll see like where those achievements and challenges are that you need to complete. Then eventually when you complete them all, you can go back down to the bike shop, get your bike that you've earned, things like that. So that's kind of my idea, but things will probably change, and the community gives us cool ideas, and then we end up changing stuff because they had better ideas than we had. So we'll see what happens. We're like Brian said 100 times this stream, we're developing this thing in the open. So when we get to the point of we're working on all that kind of stuff, we'll be doing live streams, talking to you guys about it, getting your ideas, hanging out in Discord, figuring it out, working together just to make sure that we're all having fun and it's the game we all want to play. So that's kind of the plan moving forward.
Papa Shell, thank you for the follow. And Max, appreciate it. Baron wants to know why you're so quiet, Zach. Does it have anything to do with the fact that it's after midnight your time, or is it because people aren't asking questions about programming stuff so much as game design stuff? Or are we talking too much?
No, and people have been asking if we are gonna be adding the OG bike for Patreon members. I remember we had a discussion about that. Like, please, Rebuy said, like, please, we need the janky 5000. Yes, I like as much it was jank. I feel like I grown accustomed to it. I don't know. I have a sweet spot for the for the janky 5000. So,
well, Birdshow wants to call it the what is it going to be called? The Steez Master
Supreme. Yeah.
Steez Master Supreme. Yeah, even better. So yeah. We need some of that. But yeah, it's past midnight here in Sweden, north of Sweden, where I live. So yeah, I'm a bit tired.
Joe, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Real quick recap, you guys. This game's called Cranked. We're the developers for it. We're developing it for PC first. It's also on Mac. After PC and Mac launch, we will bring it to consoles. That's the plan. We're developing in the open. We're a self-funded indie team. There's 4 of us working on this thing full-time. If you want to help support us and help us raise more funds to make this game bigger and better, you could join us on Patreon. Go to Patreon and search for Cranked. It's $5 a month, and you'll get all the builds. Like, we release multiple builds a month, usually 2 to 4. We release them to you guys. You guys get to test them, play them, give us your feedback. Then we take your feedback and we incorporate it into the future builds. What else? It's not VR. It's not going to be mobile. It will be paid. I don't know the price at the when we finally launch. We hope to have a free Steam demo later this year.
We have our Steam page up, and you can wish list us now, and it's very helpful when you do. So if you're inclined, consider that, please.
But I think that's it. Yeah. So wish list, join the Discord, hit us up on Patreon if you want to try the game out. It's only $5. If you try it and you hate it, I'll refund your money. That's about
also,
it.
if you the games we made before this were the Mad Skills mobile games, Mad Skills Motocross and that stuff. Generally, when we say that, and we've got the one platform popping off, some people know our previous games. So if you know those games, this game feels a lot like Mad Skills games when you play it. Dynamically, it's very similar.
Yeah, and let me...
Kermit, where you can reach us if you don't like it, just find us on Discord. If anybody subscribes and you don't like it and you want a refund, find us on Discord. He's Joe Mama So Fast. Joe is. I'm Brian on there. Easy to find. Well, you can talk to any mod and be fine.
I mean, if you subscribe on Patreon and don't like it, it's probably easiest you just message me on Patreon since you're already there. Okay. But anywhere, I mean, we respond to every single person. So if you DM me on TikTok, anywhere you DM me, I'm going to see your thing and we'll figure it out. So it's not hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, Garrett, we made Mad Skills, Garrett, and this game feels a lot like it. I think that's a good thing to talk about because then people will have a better idea You know, we were like some of the OG crew at Mad Skills. I was there since the very first one, so this game feels a lot like it for sure
Cool.
in its way.
That's
And
all.
thanks to all the patrons.
Yeah.
So nice to be with this community. I think so wholesome so far. It was a blast. So it was also a super fun live to be in. So, thank you guys.
It was, yeah. Thanks for coming, Zach. We'll have you back on again next week. We hope to have Antgrass, Trail Builder, on the stream with us. We do this every Thursday. Please follow us on the platform, the social platforms, and wishlist us on Steam. And hopefully, we'll see some of you guys next week.
Alrighty, and there's third person, but it's work in progress for the last question that just came in. All right. See you guys next time. We're gonna end it.
We added the bike model a couple weeks ago.